Hello. Oh, we've got a pack dog here. Hey, Alex. Hey, Mr. T. How's it going? We are, what's going on here in terms of audio real quick? Let me just see. Okay. Cool. Hot. I should be more awake this week. I did not sleep amazing still last night, but I have slept better this last week than the last 2 weeks before that. So I should be somewhat awake. But I did want to, before we get started actually, I did want to show you guys. But Mr. T, unfortunately, I didn't make it down to Cliffy B's restaurant, unfortunately. So it didn't work out. But I did go to a play and trade. I posted these in the Discord earlier. I got these 3 things. Actually, I also got a second copy of Active Life Outdoor Challenge. It was $1, and I couldn't remember the condition of the one I ordered online for $5. So I bought it just in case. The only difference that I really saw, actually, because this is actually in pretty good condition already, is this one that I bought at that store had a Wii Ski ad in it. Wii Ski and snowboard, actually. So yeah. So that is stuff that I have acquired. And I cleaned these cases up a little bit. They were a little dirty, but I need to clean more cases more often, I feel like. But like this ballet star case, you can see it's got like rips on the top here. So worst case scenario, if I really cared, I could swap out the DS case. And Captain Toad. I always wanted to play the Wii U version of Captain Toad, because I don't know, like I kind of feel like I want games on the Wii U to play them on the Wii U. I guess because of gamepad controls is kind of the big thing. So, and then Wing Island, which is a Hudson soft game. Fly a plane around. You're a bird in a plane, something like that. I don't remember much about this other than people did not like it at the time, but you know. It is a little bit like that Wii plane game that they showed off at E3 that year, so yeah. And then, sorry, I'm just dumping a bunch of games on you guys right as we start. I did get a package from Vink as well, so I got Angel Present, which we were talking about in the Discord recently. Oops, over here. Angel Present, Cha-Cha for the PC FX. It's like a board game kind of thing. Dokusei 2. This one, actually, I can show you the back of this one. There's no horny on the back of this one, despite it being an 18+ game. Usually they like show a bunch of stuff on the back, and you're like, oh boy. Valkyria Chronicles 3. I've been meaning to get that. This Otome RPG, I don't know what this is, but it was on the Wii, and it's a RPG. Got 3D graphics. I was like, cool, I'll check that out. And this weird, like, Tomodachi Life kind of game from Namco. I don't know much about this. So, stuff. Pile of stuff on the floor. Because you know what I needed? More video games in my life. Like Elebits. Woo! That is loud on my side. I need to change that audio level real quick. Alright. Here I am. COVID scare. That sucks, Mr. T. Yeah, I'll be honest with you. Flying... So if you don't know, like when you're at the airport, they require masks right now. I think that's been an ongoing thing. I don't think they've ever really changed that, but masks have been a requirement at the airport, or at least when I was there, it was required. But I'm very pro-mask, pro-vaccination kind of stuff. But like, part of me is like, what's the point when we're all like crammed together, like 3 inches apart from each other? But you know, it doesn't hurt to have a mask on, but. Yeah, it's a whole thing. So I definitely, so I didn't go into work this week just because after all that, I was just like, there's a good chance I may have caught something or the other. I'm sure I was exposed to it with how many people were there. There were so many people at the airport. It was ridiculous how many people there were. So I felt pretty bad on the way back. I think going out, I didn't really kind of realize, you know, how bad it was going to be. But on the way back, I was like, oof, this is packed. Maybe because on the way out, the airport in Las Vegas was very empty. It was mainly coming back that everything was incredibly full. So yeah. Well, I'm glad. Well, I hope you're feeling well. You know, I don't know how like 100% guaranteed COVID tests are, but I hope whatever happens is you're still feeling good, and I'm sure being vaccinated probably really helps. Travel bans are in place. I have not seen travel bans, but that would not surprise me given how things have been going. I forgot to reposition this again. Let me move my mic real quick. So you might hear a little. How you doing, Joshua? Sorry, I didn't recognize. Well, I recognized you, but I did not acknowledge your presence as you approached this stream. So yeah. Anyways, hopefully we can finish this up this week. I think we did not finish this level last time. I think I messed up at the end. Hopefully being more awake will help. I feel good at the moment, so that's probably good. We'll see where I'm at in 2.5 hours. I should tweet out that I'm playing this video game. Let us do that. Oh no, did I lose my tweet? What happened? Did Chrome crash? Weird. Acting like Chrome was like not open or something. Alright, well, I'm just going to copy and paste this stuff real quick. Good song. Dump this stuff in the Discord real quick. And dump this stuff in the other Discord real quick. Alright. You're approaching travel bans? My sister's down in Florida, and yeah, I heard it's rough. My sister has a kid, too, which I think, like, the whole scare with that is I think it is, like, affecting children, so. But, you know. I don't know. Vaccines. Let's see here. Elebits just brings up the COVID talk, apparently. Elebits are little coronaviruses. Alright. Oh god, I forgot the things are there. I forget if there's healing items in this game for any reason. And I forget where we can... I'm trying to remember where we get stuff in this mission, because we need to get more power so we can attack those, things. Oh yeah, I think it, like, we light up the light down here is what it is, once we get all these guys up here. Oh god. I should also alternate between doing A and B buttons to hopefully prevent wrist pain to some degree. I forget what... Okay, we need 4,000 for that. I think the lamp might be more than 4,000 though, if I recall correctly. Crushed elements. Okay. What was this over here? Yeah, 4,000 for that. Okay, there's those guys still. I hope you guys give a lot, because I need a lot. Okay, that's a good amount. What else can we do here? Can I open that? Oh, I can get that guy. Oh, that's right, I can like peek over these edges here and grab some Elebits. Right there, that's what I'm looking for. Alright. That should be enough so we can get rid of these turrets and stuff now. Alright, that is taken care of. When you say where you're at is approaching travel bans, Alex, are like the state you're in or the city or what's up with that? Or is it like restrictions on movement? Because I know like New York City's doing like I think they're actually requiring you to have a vaccine to do certain things, or that's what they're looking at doing, maybe. All right, what are we doing here? I can definitely poke my head over still. Can I move these bees yet? No. I guess we'll just kind of do this at the moment. Oh, dang it. Can I catch that? Oh, got it. Boom. There's another turret down there somewhere. Nope. Or maybe, did it get covered up by the bench there? I thought that bench was up there. Yeah, it did. Let me grab this. Make this a little easier. Did something throw that bench at me? I don't have the strength to lift it, so I'm not sure how that came flying at me. I have enough for the thing down there now. Alright, you're... Oh, come on. There we go. Alright, level 3. So I should be able to put the bees on there now. Oh, I can also get these. Where'd that pot go? The state? Oh, wow. Alex, you don't have to post this publicly in chat, but if I'm curious what state that is. You can, I forget what state you live in, so I would not encourage you to post your state publicly in chat, but, you know, do whatever. Oh yeah, this opens up, right? Yeah, I'm guessing we're back to, you know, a lot of places doing kind of their own thing, so figuring it out based off those guidelines, state guidelines. But yeah, I think right now the best thing you can do is just, you know, be cautious, play it safe, don't go to the airport like I did. I was not playing it safe. I didn't realize how bad it would be, although it makes sense that it was bad. I don't know why I'm talking like this. Can I? Open this up. Where did that guy go? He like launched into the wall and just disappeared. New York? Okay, gotcha. Yeah, New York was definitely the one I was seeing being kind of proactive on that stuff, so. Yeah. 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 That's how I feel about that, Mr. T. But, well, let's see. There's nothing I really can do as your local Elebits streamer, so I kind of feel like, well, just keep on living life. Thankfully, I live a very hermit lifestyle, so, you know, in reality, for better, for worse, you know, obviously everybody has stuff going on and different challenges they're having, but at least for my personal lifestyle, it has not changed all that much for better or for worse, so I still hang out at the house, make stuff about stuff, working on those PCFX videos, almost done. I think reasonably I will be done with the PCFX stuff in the next, by the end of this weekend. I really hope so. It's taken way longer than it should have to get all that stuff done, so. Is this one I can, like, turn? No. I think there's, like, some water fountains over here, if I recall correctly, that I can, turn the handles on. What's the energy level on this? Like, 55? Yeah. Oh, boy. Okay, definitely move that. Nothing seems to be hidden there. That's launch. Okay, Elebits there. Oh, give it to me. Hermit life is the way to live. The PCFX hermit life. So, you know, to let you guys know, I know it's been all PCFX recently. I don't know how much you guys care about PCFX, so apologies if you're like, man, Ben, I wish you just would stop with this. I think about doing some Nintendo related stuff here shortly. That is my current thought on the short term, is some more niche Nintendo stuff, and maybe revisiting the Chibi Robo stuff a little bit. There's something I can still do in that space, so I might revisit that, but I don't think that'll be till closer to the end of the year if I do. I can do this. So that is kind of my current thought. Some of the Nintendo stuff is more obscure stuff, so it's not, you know, it's not gonna be me like making Mario Land videos or something. Or if it's something that's like more popular, I don't really intend to spend a lot of time on it, like just a shorter video or something. Not even maybe not even a shorter video, but like something that won't take as much work. Oh, hey! Get home, Silent Hill Bunny. Wait, can I not do this until it has enough energy? Okay, well, just hang out there, I guess. Let's see. I can set up the bees. PCFX is cool. Okay, as long as you guys are cool with PCFX, that makes me happy. I do worry sometimes, like, with how spread out I am across other things, is that, like, if I get so obsessed with a topic for a while, that, you know, some people are like, man, Ben, I wish you just talked about something else a little bit. But either way, I'm ready to move on from the PCFX temporarily, at least. Although I do want to keep, like, a somewhat more consistent pace with PCFX stuff. But you know me, I have all the best intentions and continue to distract myself with aplenty. If there's one thing I really wish I spent time on, and I just can't imagine myself doing so, it's Final Fantasy XI stuff. I really want to do more Final Fantasy XI stuff, but this reality is that I think I would want to do everything I need to do, or that I want to do with the PCFX before I what is this thing? Like an umbrella or something? I think I would need to finish up everything I want to do with the PCFX first before I do more Final Fantasy XI stuff, just because that's such a specialized thing that I would need to kind of figure out a plan around that stuff. So, I don't know. Okay, got some more Elebits over there. We'll just kind of throw this stuff off to the side. This mission is so weird. I really hope all the other missions after this are not this demanding in terms of finding like weird places to find Elebits. At least as, you know, somebody who is pretty much ready to just be kind of done with this game at this point. Oh god. Here. No. No! Ah, well. Oh god. Alright, let's... I'm worried about them spreading around because, oh no, they turned into a bear. Dang it. Because they start, like, absorbing into the environment a little bit. Like back into the objects, as far as I can tell. So, like, find new homes, basically. Yeah, another bear's forming over there. There's too much stuff in the way. Let's create a pile over there. How much time I got left? 9 minutes? I forget how long this mission is. I got some guys there. For all your PCFX and Unix needs. Good, good, good. How's your stuff coming along, Mr. T? I know you were mentioning about making a channel on your own. I don't think I've seen you talk about it recently. I've been kind of all over the place on things I've been watching lately. I feel like I have not had a lot of consistency in the content I consume. Listen to more podcasts again recently, I feel like. It's just, it hasn't been like individual, or it hasn't been like one podcast series. It's been like individual podcasts that I've just been checking out. Oh man. That's so locked. Is there anything I can do with this 20k? I really need to find new. Is the ice cream thing open now? Oh. Didn't know you guys were still in the okay. Circle ride, okay. Ah! Sorry. Hey, what? Oh my god. Alright, well, go live your life somewhere, I guess. Break this pot. Break this pot. Move this box. Break this pot. Good, good. It's a lot of work for sure, but I think personally, you know, I find it pretty satisfying. You know, otherwise, why else would I be here, right? Definitely try to condone finding that healthy work-life balance on that stuff, but I think you guys can tell that sometimes I'm not amazing at it. Sometimes I just make a nightmare situation for myself. So, uh-oh, lost my targeter. Get out of here. It's stream time, you know what that means? Nosy, drippy for some reason. I think it's the lights, I don't know. Maybe, like, that's the only thing I think of, like, the lights, right? I don't know if that actually would affect anything, but, like, in terms of my physical change of environment, the only difference is I'm talking way more, which is something I do already at work. I mean, I am on the sales team, so literally I spent all today just talking on calls. So my best guess is just the light is what gets my, you know, face all worked up and ready to bleed fluids. I don't get nosebleeds though very often. Not that I think I'd get that from streaming. Just like I was thinking about bleeding fluids from my face. That is something I typically don't do. Is get a nosebleed. You talking about me, Alex, or Mr. T? I don't know if I know Mr. T, like what your experience is, Mr. T. Yeah, doing the weekly thing is definitely good. I'm running out of time. Shoot. It is definitely one of those things that it's you really got to keep yourself. You know, you guys can probably tell I let myself get out of control too much. And even projects that I'm like, yeah, this is like something I want to do in an hour. Oh, no, buddy, I need you. Come back. Oh, I hope that didn't fall out of bounds. Are you? I think I heard it bounce around over here. Okay, thank God. No. All right, get back over here. Get back to a safe home. These things aren't ready yet still. Oh, I didn't activate the thing. All right, come on. Oh wait, do I need to activate it? I don't remember. Well, there's Elebits down here, so it seems like it's spinning, but I don't remember if I need to help it spin faster or anything. It seems like me. I don't know. I think it might be just going. I don't know. I feel like last time I like spun it more and it like went faster, and then I was able to get more Elebits out of it. But maybe I'm misremembering. I was like half asleep last week, so. Dragon Valor, that sounds interesting. I don't think I've heard of it, but I'd have to look at it first, probably. Okay, there's more Elebits. I feel like I'm missing an essential thing that is preventing me from really getting more Elebits. Like, I feel like I'm missing something here that is like big Elebit stockbox. I think most of this stuff is not, well, roller coaster is energized. Do I have access to, where's the roller coaster? It says coaster. I still don't know what to do with these guys, actually. Is there anything I can do with the roller coaster? It being energized? I mean, this is what activates, but I still don't know. I don't recall figuring out what these guys do last time. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I would say maybe don't be me and link your real name to everything. I know. Especially when you're covering Dojin games, you're like, maybe it wasn't a smart idea that I'm just like, blam, 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 Benjamin Yoder. Let me tell you about problematic video game. I don't necessarily regret it, but I think it will come back to bite me in the butt at some point. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe I'm being overly paranoid. I'd imagine if some people were like, looked at my Blue Court J review or something, they'd be like, what are you doing? Amusement Park map. I forget, how do we unlock this door? It says locked. I mean, I think in this game, if I recall correctly, the unlock is, you know... Oh, these are the maps, okay. Yeah. I think I need to touch this, right? Oh, I lost my target. I like to at least think that, if not back then, I've gotten a lot better about talking about that stuff in like a way that is not like, you know, I don't know if careless is the right word, but, you know, being somewhat considerate to the fact that I know people might have beef with it and stuff. Oh, there's the bunny. I need that. Yeah, we're gonna fail out on this. There's that. Where did the bunny go? The bear. Oh, I mean, do I want to even look for the bunny at this point? I'm pretty much game over at this point. Can I restart? Let's give up, I guess. Yeah, I mean, Alex, I think you're generally pretty safe for the most part, but definitely the more you put your voice out there and the more vocal you are, the more, you know, you risk stuff. You know, pretty much my entire life is out there on the internet. I'm probably at the beginning generation of people who basically have, you know, probably 2/3, if not more, of my life out there. You know, shot already. I mean, I took care of the cannons pretty quick last time, so I'm not too concerned about how. Yeah, okay. Let's start over. I don't. I think my like, there's definitely things I don't like about my old content, but for me, it's definitely more of a presentational thing. There's also, like, sometimes I just like the Blue Breaker Burst 2 review. I way more understand why I like Blue Breaker Burst 2 at this point. Back then, I had no idea why I liked Blue Breaker Burst 2. And trying to explain that, I don't know why I did a video review. I probably was just because I was just like, this is a very cool video game. I like it a lot. I don't know how to explain how I like it, but I know that I like it enough that I need to talk about it. And I just probably didn't know how to communicate that. You know, I understand way more why I like Blue Breaker Burst 2 at this point. The PCFX probably is a big part of me figuring out why I like Blue Breaker Burst 2. Very presentational thing. I mean, that game is very much in line with Blue Breaker and Unix's others PCFX stuff, so. Man! But yeah, so. A lot of my old videos, I think I just wasn't quite sure what I was trying to say. Hey, like a porcupine or a hedgehog or something? Listen to some Sonic Colors music last night. This is RM music. Good music. There. Do I have the power to destroy this bear yet? No. Okay. Hopefully that won't be a problem. I do need to kill this bear, I think, actually. I don't know how I kill the bear if I don't have the ability to crush it with anything super heavy. I mean, it looks like he's taking damage. Okay, there we go. Also, I can peek over the edge here. Try to get... It's so hard to peek up here, though, because these things are shooting at you all the time. Maybe at the start I should just come over here and, like, do this. And just, like, burn through these guys first and foremost. Let me try that. Let me see if that, like, gives me a lot more, energy at the start. Hey, Zero, how's it going? Yeah, the Skyward Sword video, that is 100% me trying to do something way too skittish and not really saying anything about the video game, so that is an example of a video that is not very good. That I would never go back and watch, really, or at least I would. It's very difficult for me to go back and watch. This. Get that out of there. Break. Let's see how this does us a lot of good here, because I think this might be the best thing to do at the start. Oh god, get shot. Got that. I can't see any of the cannon fire when I'm doing this, so. Okay. Yeah, that's a good strategy to start, I think, is to focus on that. Oh. Something... No! Can I kill you with the frog? Bam. Alright, let's go ahead and... Nope, I don't have the power for that. What do I need to do next? Oh, I can throw out the cannons. That's what I need to do next. Die! Okay. Is that all of them? I think it's all of them. I don't know if I'm losing Elebits and throwing those cannons over the edge, but they're too much of a pain, so they're too risky at this point. I need a little bit more. I think 9,000 to get the next upgrade. But I think we got plenty of Elebits around here. Alright, this is going way faster than last time. Sure. Oh, okay. That. Break these pots. So I'm just trying to make sure we're getting off to a good start here before I kind of cruise the rest of the time through. Something is charging up behind me. Okay, nothing there, nothing there, nothing there. Anything left in these things? I don't think so. Okay. Did I get that guy? I think I did. Is that a bear? I think I saw one of those things form into a bear. It's relevant now? I haven't looked to see if Skyward Sword got any additional hits. I don't think it has. My channel has dropped off because I have not been putting out content. So I think YouTube is like, is your channel dead, dude? So, or at least not content that people have been engaging with, right? Like, the podcasts and stuff, I enjoy doing them. I'm happy to do them, but people really don't watch the podcasts all that much, so, on YouTube. So, I'd say, you know, I think the podcasts on YouTube get about, like, I think 15 to 30 hits, and then I'd say maybe about a third of those seem to sit through the whole thing. Obviously, there's the actual audio version of the podcast. I don't know what the listen rate is on that, but yeah, I gotta get content out, make actual normal videos, but I'm a little uncertain of how to distribute the PCFX videos. I don't know if I want to put them all out at once or if I want to release them bit by bit. I kind of want to put out maybe a chunk at the beginning, but then also space out the rest. They don't have, like, as much work as I put into it, like, there's not a ton of, like, I don't have, like, a huge backlog of the videos either, so. And I don't plan to consistently continue to create those all the time, so. Unless something, like, really goes crazy and those PCFX videos really take off, I'd imagine probably I'll put them out every once in a while, basically whenever I end up playing through a PCFX game. So it'll be more of a reason to play through PCFX games for sure. So. All right, what else can we do up here? These guys. Get rid of this thing. Maybe. I don't know where it went. I lost the cannon. Oh well, as long as it's not shooting me right now. Can I open these? Oops. Back to the B button. Give my A button hand a rest, or thumb. Ice cream vendor. Oh, that guy is dashing around there. I lost him. Oh well. I'm always worried when I hear those, like, Elebits, like, exploding out of something, but I don't know where it's coming from. Like, where are those little guys coming from? Let's see. Did I open? I can do this now. I think I have not opened this yet. Alright. There's the bunny. I want this to stay over here. I don't lose it, hopefully. Let's see. I have 24,000. Is there anything I can do that much? I can still get the bees. I don't think there's anything else really down here I want to do. Let me just kind of poke my head around a little bit. Oh, there's a little pile. Circle ride, okay. Alright, well, we'll come back to that. Alright, B time. Oh, come on. I have to, like, specifically put them on there. I can't just, like, throw it at it. Yeah. So it looks like putting the bees on is what activates the ride, so. Yeah. I wonder if the bear is what threw the bench at me earlier. I can't imagine anything else than that. Alright. Go. Go, my bees. Can I have a homing shot? So much stuff in the way down there. Oh. Get out of the way. I don't think the maps have activated yet, right? Get all that stuff out of the way. Alright, TikTok. I have not thought about TikTok at all. I have seen that people have been doing like these YouTube Shorts thing. I don't really know how effective that's been. I don't know what kind of content I could do that way either. I don't know if people would want that from me. I feel like the more and more I just put out like stuff just for the sake of putting out stuff, the probably less appealing the channel would be in that regard. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Not for the sake of putting out stuff. Like if I'm doing the shorts, you know, it's obviously not going to be anything too in-depth, right? I don't know, it just doesn't really feel like it's a good fit for my channel. So, okay, what do we need to do next? We got this guy here. I'll pick him. This cannon out of here. So I think I can't remember if the I think the roller coasters. No, it's not activated yet, but it will be soon. I still don't understand that roller coaster and what we need to do with it, though. We could peek around this corner here and try to get some of these guys. It's a little tough here. I don't really like this because it's just like such a narrow window, and the cannons really disrupt my ability to sit there and really pick off things. Yeah, it's just like actually getting back there to shoot stuff. It's just a real pain. Let's see. What can we do? I can keep moving this stuff. I don't like doing this stuff really, though, to be honest with you. Okay, roller coaster's energized. All right. You know what? Let's see what we got to do with this. Elebits roller coaster. Put the buckets on the snowman's hat or heads. I have not been keeping track of any buckets, so I'm gonna guess they're all over the place. We can do a quick look around. I would not be surprised if I've completely buried them, though. I don't know where I don't recall seeing. I may have seen one bucket at some point. I don't remember seeing a bunch, though. Okay, there's a red and yellow. I don't know where a blue bucket is, though. It's got a little snowman hat on it. Okay. Get on there. Hey. Yellow, blue buckets. Hello, Huntsvit. We got to go camera. I hope you're enjoying your keyboard smashing. I just threw the snowman out of the way. Okay. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure. I may have just like popped up. Where the heck is a blue bucket? I cheated the system. Maybe I like threw them into the pile of buckets and they just like stuck on their head somehow. Well, I'm glad you're enjoying your not worthwhile things to say, I guess. How are you doing? Tell me about a video game if you wanna give me some worthwhile comments if you're worried about that. I'm always happy to hear about whatever video games people are playing. Oh, I haven't finished it yet, but I am almost done with Super Metroid. I got all the way up to Ridley. I assume the Ridley is right before the final boss. I don't know for sure. I'll probably talk about it on the podcast, but I see the appeal of that game, and I understand why people like it for sure. I don't know. It's an interesting one where, like, that game is way more interesting than I thought it would be. It does not vibe with me, but I think it's really impressive in what it's doing, like, atmospherically and stuff. But it's not like Super Mario Bros. 3 where I'm like, yeah, Mario. But admittedly, I will say I have not played any Metroid games really beyond the Prime DS games, right? So I don't exactly have that context. Maybe if I was like, I played Fusion and all those other Metroid games, I'd be like, oh yeah, Super Metroid, that's just like a link to the past. I don't want to play this because it's too much like the other ones. And the other ones have more ideas, kind of thing. I think the thing that caught me off guard is just the movement in that game. It is really weird. it is not convenient to play. I think it's a very awkward game to play. And I feel like on a normal playthrough, you probably won't like ever fully get used to the controls. But I imagine like, you know, that is a game that people replay over and over and over again, right? And imagine after a certain amount of time, you really gotta learn to work with those controls, right? There's the bucket. Nope. Back here. Only I could run. Okay. Ah. 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 What? Oh no, don't fly all the fireworks, please. Oh, I don't want... Oh, they fell all the fireworks. Oh, man. Part of me wants to go get homing to make this easier, but they're so spread out that I don't really know if homing would really help. Right, we should have enough to activate this. Yeah, that's what I mainly played over the weekend while I was on with Super Metroid. I did get stuck in like the first 30 minutes, which was kind of crappy on the plane. I was like, God dang it. So I probably could have beat it if I didn't get stuck so early on. I didn't realize you could run in that game, or there's a dash button in that game, I should say, because there's a part of the game that requires you to use the dash. And I don't think at any point during that initial tutorial or anything, well, there's not really a tutorial, right? But I don't think they really ever tell you about the dash feature. I don't know where the rabbit is. That's somewhere. It didn't fall down here, right? I don't think so. Recall throwing the rabbit anywhere. That is elephant. Here. Stupid dang bitch. Get out of here. Oh my gosh, please. Alright, I guess he's out of bounds maybe, and there's an invisible wall in his face. Alright, let's find that rabbit. We're running out of time. Oh, I can do this. Where the heck did that rabbit go? Activated something. Maybe I rolled the carriage or whatever. Okay, that is it. Alright, we're gonna skip the rabbit for now. I don't know where it is. Cool if we find it, but I don't know where it got thrown off to, so. Oh boy! I almost got hit by those energy things. There's just so many cannons back there. Is there a homing shot out here anywhere? Got enough, like, just stuff everywhere. I feel like I need to just... Ooh! Almost got shot in the leg there. Frame rate! Alright, there's another door up here, right? Blue public phone. homing. Blue public phone. Where was that at? There's a homing thing there. Any Elebits I can grab before I start walking back? Oh, is that a super strength? Yeah. I think there might be cannons in here. I seem to recall dying in here last time. Yeah, there's a bunch of cannons in here. I don't think I cleared these out last time, which might be part of the problem. I just kind of ran around and hoped I didn't get hit. Keep hearing them fire, though. I'm like, oh my god. Because you can't really see anything around you. It's terrifying. Alright, we are on our way. Just gotta play it safe. Be nice if there's a shield in here. Xmas tree. Oh god. Shoot. No. No. I think this is moving because I had super strength and I threw it in the air and now I've clipped inside of it. Oh. Alright, what are you playing, Mr. Who? Hypnospace Outlaw. I've heard about that. Is that the one where you're like in a web browser or something? Dang. That's like 17 minutes burned. Or long, if not longer. What time is it? 8. I need like a reset position button or something. We were so close, only 5,000 more watts. If only I could clip out of this box. Well, I don't know what else to do. The only thought I had was like maybe a cannon can kind of shoot and free me, but does the exact same happen to you? Well, I guess that's the nature of a physics-based game, right? Aiming up doesn't seem to do much. This is like not one of the boxes with the opening on the side either, so. And it doesn't feel like I'm like clipping into the edges at all in a way that like makes it so I would be clipping out or anything. I can hear the little Elebits down there. I'm vibrating a little bit here. Alright, vibrating a lot. Come on. I think standing normal gives me the most speed. Push here, maybe? I don't know if any direction like goes faster. Let's try moving backwards. I don't think I'm even catching the sides. Yeah. I don't think I'm getting vibrating any faster than this, which makes me think we're probably not going to be able to break out of this. All right. The clip, yeah. Oh, man. Boy, this video game. Okay. Alright. Here we go. Who knew that this would be the level we get stuck on? Hopefully this is not a sign of things to come. Alright, where's that thing? There it is. Hey! 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 Come on! Oh boy. Alright, last shot, and then we'll restart. Yes, his smile is optimism gone, yeah. I've not watched Game Center CX in a long time. Part of me feels like I should, but I watched a lot of Game Center CX, so... Once I kind of get past a certain point on, watching something where, like, I feel like I kind of got everything I can get out of it, I typically stop watching it. It's probably, like, why I don't really watch VTubers as much anymore. Because I kind of feel like I got what I needed out of VTubers. Although, like, if I find some, like, a good gimmick, I will check that out usually. Like, I briefly watched VShojo. I feel like there's something else I did as well. Alright, well. Not getting anything there. Let's see if we can break this bear. Surprised I can move that around despite not being able to open these or carry these pots yet. He's out of here. Oh. There we go. I think I was gonna fall back down. I didn't like keep the momentum on that throw. Alright, let's go get this phone. What? Hey! 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 Get out of there! Pots. Of course, on this level, the fragile things take forever to break. Like on all the levels with the actual fragile stuff, it's like so much touch it and it just explodes. Hey, Joshua. Oh no, you're already in here, Joshua. Sorry. For some reason, Joshua's I always double greet. Probably because there are two Joshuas. So when I see Joshua, I like my brain is like one of the Joshuas. I did see that Sega arcade is actually shutting down. I mentioned because the other Joshua is into Japanese rhythm arcade games. Although it is not technically a Sega arcade anymore. It was bought up by that one company, but it is using the Sega name. So I didn't, you know, I didn't personally love like the most of the arcades I found in Tokyo. They kind of felt very copy-pasty between each other. So I don't really have any strong feelings about it. But you know, obviously, the less arcades in the world, the worse off we are as a human race. So, can I put this on ahead of time? No, I can't. Because if I could do the bunny that I did earlier. So. Anything coming out of that book? Just making sure they're all taken care of. Treasure chest. I don't really feel like the Elebit cookies haven't really helped me all that much, but maybe that will. Third. Okay. Alright. I'm like moving my head with the fling motion for some reason. No, 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 no. I did not want to take that off. Man, that just means there's a good chance I'm going to end up losing that later. Got radar going. Go ahead and move that guy. This book opened already. I wonder if that sign is supposed to give you the hint that they're supposed to have buckets on their head, since the sign has a bucket on its head. I will say one thing I do really like about playing this game is just I just like the Wii pointer in general with like first-person controls. It's like how the camera move is always really nice. Look at that. Vendor. There's the red bucket. I wonder if I should throw the buckets and the rabbits down the this hole here, so I don't lose them. I think I'll get it this time, unless I get trapped in some other object, so. I mean, there are still other Club Segas, aren't there? Like, I think there's a range of them, but maybe not. I do like the sandwich shop by one of the Sega arcades, which I think is gone. There's like a Sega-themed sandwich shop, I think. Sonic the Hedgehog sandwiches that were not really Sonic the Hedgehog sandwiches at all, but, you know, Sonic was on the sign. In case that's what you want out of your sandwich. That's a good Elvis guy, yeah. St. Tropez was like one of the places I went to while I was in Japan, and Akihabara Leisureland too. Both of those places had a Tokodal machine, so clearly they were the superior arcades. So, Bunny. Hopefully that went down there. It sounds like it did. Roll that. Nope, not yet. Almost gonna hold that. How are we doing on this stuff over here? Bunny, let's go throw this in the pit. The special items pit. There should be another bucket over here, I think. At least I recall there being a bucket. Already losing stuff. Pot. Spare. It's like shove the bench into him. Alright, this I can open up. I think this opens up too, right? Nope. I may have lost some of the buckets already. Let's see what happens. Shield, I'll leave that here, hopefully. That is done. We got a yellow, we got the red, so we just need the blue bucket now. The blue bucket's on top of the thing, that's right. I think that should be everything once I get the blue bucket down here. I'm gonna leave the blue bucket up there. It seems safe there, so. Alright, I need more energy. We can turn on the, merry-go-round thing or whatever, probably. Let's go do that. Sonic Hedgehog chili dogs. I had a chili dog taiyaki, which is like the it was like the Sega logo. It had chili stuffed inside of it. That was pretty not great. But you know, sometimes you just gotta be a jerk and like shove some stuff into your mouth. That's questionable. So, I seem to recall that Jeremy Parrish was like in Japan somewhat near the time I was, and he actively opted to not try the chili dog taiyaki. Saved himself some stomach troubles, I'm sure. I don't remember having problems with it, but it was not particularly good. Alright, I gotta get this bee over there somehow. Nope. There we go. Alright. Do we have a... Go back to B button duty. Ow! Something hit me. Was it that guy? Just that guy. Alright. Let's, go ahead and do what must be done here. This bucket. Wasting my homing, but it's fine. Bunny. Ooh boy, I'm glad that bunny did not. This bunny is freaking out. It's so far away that like any movement on my hand is just like making it freak out. Alright. Get it here so I can control you better. Is that everything? One more. Bucket. Basically, that's basically what it is. I think the problem was that the chili was not like very warm, so it just kind of felt like you just put some canned chili in a loaf of bread or something. So. I think there's a I don't know if I really want to use this here, but we're going to. Alright, kinda wreak havoc on those turrets in there, hopefully. Oh, alright. Okay, is that all of the turrets that are set up to fire? One. Go to that. I think that should be all of it. Okay. Where is the homing? Alright, let's be careful with these boxes. Keep them on the ground. Push them around. I think we're okay. Let's just keep our distance from them. Oh no, I got hit. Oh boy, this is bad. This is real bad. Alright, is there a shield? Because that is desperately what I want right now. Come on. Come on. Okay. Shield. Homing laser. Phone. Wreak havoc. Get what we can while we have this shield up. Well, that's a good pile of guys there. A lot of purple. How do I activate the Xmas tree? Insert? Insert what? I don't know what insert is. Oh, there's a good pile of guys there too. Okay, another shield here. I'm losing my grip on the Wii remote. Don't get stuck in any boxes, preferably. I'm just gonna crack this open to be safe. Okay, the robot's energized now too. Yay! No more. No more. It wasn't cold, just kind of room temperature chilly. If it was warm, I think it would have been good, but admittedly, it was during the winter, so like maybe you know, it just was the natural elements caused it to get, you know, cool. Although I mean, I ate it like right after I got it, so it's not like I like sat there and let it cool forever. So I did it. Now we just have like 4 more levels. I thought we would finish this game up last time, but it's been a challenge. This is another like forever long mission too. Hopefully this is just not how these just go going forward. I mean, it's definitely challenging. It requires you to do more than just fling away and shoot stuff. I can give it that. Oh yeah, man, I really want to play Martian Gothic still. That game, it's just... I love everything about that game except for the fact that you can screw yourself over so easily. And the respawning zombies is really the big thing. Like, having limited resources, but being able to infinitely respawn zombies, that's not great. Unless you have a game like Carrier, where you have an item that is like a good like weapon to use for like the general trash kind of 60,000 trash kind of monsters. But if you are literally like every zombie is an ordeal and you don't have anything beyond like maybe a knife, then it's not great. Man, remember the buggy in that game? That buggy was so cool. Has the little like, wasn't it like the little like England flag on it or something like that? Oh man, I like that game. That is an industrial spy operation espionage kind of game where we will, if we ever play that game on stream, I'll just be shoving my head in a guide the entire time. So, but I mean, the reality is there's so many games like that. There's way too many other good options to stream. So. Crush. This seems to be moving pretty quickly. I don't know what's been powering on though. I have not been paying attention to that, so that could be a problem. Where's that thing go? What's that? Let's go switch that. Oh, I can lift that already? With a level 1 gun? Really? Seems very generous. Where's the switch? What was the switch on? Wasn't there something that highlighted over here that said switch? Did I walk past it? I don't know where it went. I like cracked something over there. Okay, the lights came on. Yeah, that, and we ended up in like a position where I was like actually stuck, right? There's like something I did that was wrong. I don't know if I ever talked about this. I'm gonna say some Martian Gothic spoilers at some point, or right now. So I guess cover your ears if you don't want to hear some Martian Gothic spoilers. But you know the whole beginning of the game where they're like, "Hey, don't try to find anybody, don't meet up with anybody, just leave it." And then they're like, "Stay separate, stay safe," and all that stuff. Apparently, like the big angry bad guy thing in that game will only appear if two people meet up with each other and there's two people together, basically. So if you the gimmick of that game is kind of at some point that if you have two people overlap with each other, they'll end up getting themselves killed, basically. I thought it was kind of a neat gimmick. I found that out later after just like looking up footage online on my own. A lot of stuff I can move with the level 1 laser on this mission. Admittedly, I think the story said that like we were gonna have a powered up gun going forward, right? Yeah, there's something. There's a bunch of weird stuff, and I think what we determined was like I had to start the entire game over again or something. I was like, nah. I like that is a game with like somewhat bad voice acting that is like actively making fun of games that have bad voice acting at the same time. With like, I don't know if it has the self-awareness at all. So, public telephone, but this is the wrong public telephone, it looks like. Modern game in terms of like some modern sensibilities, because I think if it was a lot more friendly, for sure it could have succeeded. Apparently, I'm gonna lift this entire building. It's shaking enough that seems to be the case. We're doing okay on pacing, but I need to get like a more powerful gun. I need a bigger gun. Level 3 gun. Need you to. Okay. I need to find the next thing to turn on. I still don't find that thing that had the switch on it earlier. Oh, wow. They just spread out. I think I might be able to get a lot of them. I'm not really running around yet. I think I got all the purple ones. I think there might be a switch to the left over here. Nope. There's that, but... Oh, alright, Game World. The, classic cars. I definitely have been throwing some trucks around. I don't recall seeing like classic cars. The horror part of gamer. Alright. Does it say Shadow Beast on it? I don't see a Shadow Beast. Get out of here. Is that a classic car? It looks kind of classic. I don't see anything on it to activate, though. Alright, come on, get out of here. We're at least making good pace on this mission, so it doesn't seem like we're gonna have as much trouble. Get here. Those little black Elebits are really easy to dodge, I feel like. That's classic car, but doesn't seem to have any activation thing on it. Alright, that's part of the building, apparently. What can we do? I think one of these things were like 56,000 or something like that, right? Over here is like the lever, 47,000. I'll come back to that. Yeah, I mean, there's a PC version, so maybe there's some mods out there. I did not really look too much into the PC release. I seem to recall there was something about the PC release that was worse to some degree, but I think other things were better. I'm trying to remember what it was. Okay, that. Oh, okay, the phone. We can do that real quick. Oops. Whoa, no. Probably shouldn't have activated that yet, but come on. Guys, open the door. Too powerful. Can't activate these switches. Get out of there if you're in there. I think there's nothing in there anymore. Okay. A little bit there. A little bit there. I am slowing down, which is not good. Some of these cars seem to have activation points on them. Don't trap me. Game World needs 40,000. Yeah, we're almost to Game World. $9,000. Oops. I'm trying to remember if I have any other like horror games around that I haven't really played. Martian Gothic's definitely one of them. I do want to play Overblood at some point, but I do not have a copy of Overblood. So I'll have to look into if that's reasonable for me to get a copy. And if not, how much do I want to play it? I could always burn a copy if I really need to as well. So we might test out my new copy of Kishin Zenki that I burned after this game, depending on how long this takes. Although at the rate we're going, I have a feeling this game's going to take the rest of the stream. All right, time to enter Game World. Ice cream. Is this something I can activate? Okay, we got a lot of things we can activate over here. Oh, there are a lot of things we can activate. That's where all this stuff was hiding. Is there a homing? I think that's a homing there. There we go. All right, frame rate. Not as much stuff as I thought, actually. Oh, come back here. Alright, sure. As long as the elephants come out. I don't know how I activated it, but it was like... Oh, that's all bad Elebits. Are there multiple activation points on that? I don't think so. Power up. We should go into the main place, I think. Oh no, there's still plenty over here. I am out of homing though, so. Let's see if the cookie helps, but I don't know. I pretty rarely have the cookie help. I'll at least hopefully stop the purple ones from dashing around, I say, as they dash around. Alright. Medieval Castle, is that what I'm asking? I don't think this is activated yet, no. Go nuts. Game World, I think, is over here. Let's head that way for now. Oh, yeah, something about the air shaft. I forgot about the air shaft. There's a bunch of weird stuff about the air shafts, if I remember correctly. Enemy 0? Yeah, I think I would probably want to play, I feel like D2 would probably be more up my alley. But I definitely, or at least, like, for a stream game. I definitely have interest in those. I just don't know if I'd stream that kind of thing. Get out of here, Virtuon. Yeah, this mission seems way easier than the last one. Pretty much, I think, guaranteed at this point that we're gonna clear it. The power is like so much at this point. It actually kind of makes things annoying. I'm just like getting all this stuff in my way of grabbing the Elebits. Ow! No pain. No damage, please. Oh god. Alright, get out of here. Is there anything else I can activate in here? It looks like maybe this thing. What's this? No. Is there a homing thing in here? I think I saw one earlier. No, 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 no. I like the little characters on the side of this. I think we might fail on Game World. We might be good in here, actually. This all seems pretty promising here. Actually... make a mess and see what we can find first, I guess. Alright. Yeah, let's get out of here. Alright, medieval castle we can activate. Oh, this guy's enough. Die! Die! Oh, he's only... Okay, he was enough. Oh. Oh, they're harder. Okay. That makes some sense, probably. You can clear the mission. Is it yes or no? You know. I always forget what option I have to select there. Alright. What are we on 29 now? I think there's 31 missions, right? This is a boss mission, I think. Is that what that icon means? I think so. Is this final boss? Is this the final mission? I'd be glad if that's the case.
Glowing with a blinding light. It was sucking up all the other Elebits and growing larger and larger. I'll take you out, you big meanie!
Does Made in Abyss have any kind of this like extreme coloring stuff? I mean, obviously animation, you're gonna have a lot more limitation on that, but
somehow sad too.
This game is just like so elaborate in its coloring. I'm curious, like, if that's just something you do by hand or they used digital tools to help them out. What I'd like to call cheating. Cheating at art. It's digital tools. Oh, big boy. Reminds me of the ghost in Sonic Adventure 2, the one that's like rah, 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 rah. I forget his name. Probably just Ghost. What's the problem with Made in Abyss, Alex? I don't really know much about it. So, oh, he's a lot smaller than I thought he'd be. Where'd he go? Boom boom. That sounds right. Whenever I extend my arm out, it's like way easy to accidentally get the cursor off the screen on accident. Where'd he go? Okay. I don't recognize those Elebits. Oh boy, you came for me. Where'd he go? I assume this is multiple phases. That was way too easy, so. Children in disturbing situations. I heard there was like something about pee at some point. That's about all I know about that. Most people seem to recommend it to me, but, you know, I don't know. Oh, is he going into a giant robot? Big ol' three-eyed Gundam? Two-eyed Gundam. Sure, why not? Alright. Is it something to do with the red dots on them? I'm still locked up here, it looks like. Oh, I'm turning? Kind of interesting. I have to, like, keep turning them. Huh. Am I, like, unscrewing it? Is that what's happening? Gosh dang it. I can move back a little bit, hit my green screen. Oh yeah, I'm unscrewing the screws. Come on, so close. I really think I would not have nearly as much trouble with the aiming in this game if I was not having to sit so close to the monitor. That's the one problem with my setup, is just pointer heavy Wii games, I have to really like pull myself back. Because right now I'm just having trouble reorienting myself. Ah, so close! If that was the final boss, that was very easy. I don't think I took any damage at all. Unless I just got lucky. Strafed in just the right ways. The game is over. Fine.
The lights surrounding the ghost started to twinkle and fall all around. Each one of those little lights was an Elebit. Is this one left behind the real form of that ghost?
I wish I felt like Woo, but I feel like, oh.
Now, it's just
I don't know what I
Elebit
wanted out of this
trembling
game after a certain
here
point.
in front of me.
I feel like it was trying.
We're the same, the two of us. You were lonely, weren't
Ah,
you?
gotcha. Yeah, I definitely heard it
That's
has
all right.
kind of some tones
You're
to it.
not alone anymore. I don't hate Elebits now. So I won't be needing this capture gun again. You look happy. Ah, Dad! Mom!
Kai, are you alright? You had us worried.
I forgot if I looked into the voice actors for this game. They sound somewhat familiar to me.
Sorry for leaving you all alone.
That's Laura Bailey. I have no idea.
Nice and warm. I
feel like anytime I hear an angry
I
woman,
was
it's Laura
boy on
Bailey, so.
Earth.
Not that this lady is angry,
Mom
just
and Dad were
explaining my
really
joke.
surprised
Okay.
when I showed them the glowing Elebit. They said,
Yeah,
"It's
I
a
mean,
new
technically, I
type of
guess this is
Elebit,
about as many strings as I thought
an
it might take,
undiscovered
but
high
still,
energy being."
given how I was
didn't understand a thing they were
getting through this
talking
game
about.
initially, I was like, oh, this is
But
gonna be like
now,
maybe 3
when I
strings.
see Mom
2.5
and Dad
streams.
worked up about Elebits, I'm not lonely at all.
All this
Next
art
thing
is
I
really
know,
wonderful, though. I
it's
just
morning.
don't recall
Mom,
seeing any kind of
Dad,
archive of this
the
kind of art
Elebits,
out there.
And
Me. What? Oh, you're asleep. Good night, little man. And pleasant dreams.
Good night, little man. But everything's like animated as well, so it's not like that art probably exists as just like static images on the game files or anything like that. So some of it was static, some of that probably just static art, but that final scene definitely was animating. So I'm a boy. I was Mr. Elebit. Is there anything to do on the credits screen here? Nope. Just look at the nice art. Get some music. Oh, little Elebit is your buddy in the sequel. I don't know if I'll play the sequel to this game. I'll need to look at some gameplay. I assume it's very different given it's a DS game. But I like this game aesthetically for sure. And I like what this game was doing. Ideally, we'll do a review here in a minute, so we'll get into that. But I think this is a game with good intentions, but the execution was kind of rough. We'll see if I can put into words why I feel that way. So the music was very good. I forget who it was, but the artist who did the music for this is good. Thank you, Yukiko Nishimura, for your user interface art. This is one of the songs that I like just because like the lyrics are just so cheesy. I wonder if the Japanese version uses English or if it's Japanese. Michiru Yamane was one of the people, that's what it was. I forget the other person, I kind of skimmed over their name there for a second, I didn't like retain what it was. They worked on a few different games, so I remember, I think we looked it up on a stream a while ago. Man, I am really on the fence about this game. More credits. I wonder how many more of these, or how many of these people still work at Konami. Michiru Yamane left, right? If she was ever hired full-time there. Pretty sure she worked on Bloodstained, so I doubt she was still with Konami at that point, or ever was, if that's the case. I still need to play Bloodstained Curse of the Moon 2. I'm not sure when that will happen. I forgot I filled up a bottle of water down here. Secret bottle of water that I did not remember, and then unconsciously grabbed. Thanks, Mom. Thanks, Dad. Special thanks, Mom and Dad. The Smile of You. Margaret, Lucy, and Jessie. I'm trying to think if there's like a lot of vocal music in Konami games. I know I Am the Wind. I'm sure there's more. I just can't think off the top of my head, like Konami games with vocal music. Sega's who I always think of when I think of vocal music in video games. The new Castlevania? You mean Lords of Shadow, or why is the screen dimmed in the burn-in kick in, or is this screen just dark? This screen just might be dark, actually. Alright. King of Curiosity. I assume because I threw a bunch of objects, basically. What was I gonna check real quick before I was out of this? Not that. I was gonna go into... Wasn't there an extra screen somewhere? I was curious if the art showed up there. Yeah. There's movie library, there's album. These are photos though. Object viewer, Elebits notes. I mean, this is just gonna be, yeah, the objects in the environment. Okay, so I guess these are where you would view all the like art and stuff, basically, just within the cutscenes themselves. I'm kind of surprised they don't just have like the actual frames you can kind of sift through. I don't think it'd be in here. I'm pretty sure these are all like, yeah, just actual objects. Secret. Alrighty. You guys ready to hash out what's going on with Elebits? 9 hours. I mean, I guess it was 10 hours on how long to beat, right? So, Lords of Shadow. I have played Lords of Shadow 1 and 2. I like Lords of Shadow 2. I have not played, the Mirror of Fate or something on 3DS or something weird like that. I'm blurry, sorry. Alright, it is time. If this is your first time after we finished a video game, welcome. Oh no, my background. Let me fix it. I stopped trying to bother filling in the entire background because it was a pain. Alright. We are going to community review this game, so we're going to talk about what was good, what was bad about this game. I need to turn the game audio off so I don't hear it anymore on my side either. And then, yeah, so let me go ahead and open up the good. Let's start with the good. What do we like about Elebits? If I were to go ahead and throw in some stuff here real quick. I personally, I like the controls a lot. I think it is like, it's ambitious in use of Wii controls. I don't know if that's how I want to put that yet, but that is generally how I feel. Yes, aesthetically, it's great aesthetics. Just summing it up as a good presentation work. Like, are we cool on the endgame graphics? Obviously, the endgame graphics don't really replicate the world graphics, but thinking about what the Wii can do, I don't know if we'd really see that in like at least a 3D game for the type of video game this is gonna be, right? It is a little plain visually, but you know, also I think there's a lot of technically impressive things about this game that doesn't give me the impression this is like a game that doesn't like look nice to some degree. Let's do something like that for now. Yeah, fun concept. Could we wrap that into the Wii control stuff? Like, because I feel like the concept is well executed for the Wii specifically, right? Like, this is a game that was built for the Wii. It fully executes on what the system was trying to do, and you know, creating you know, kind of new play experiences. I really feel like this game does a good job of that. It uses the motion controls as like a big part of how it feels to pull things around the environment. It's like not just like a gravity gun kind of thing. Like inherently, you were basically using a Half-Life 2 gravity gun, right? But that's actually like a period appropriate comparison there too. but like the motions you're doing to manipulate things and the ability to kind of like move things around by yourself, I think that plays a big role here. So I feel like I want to kind of encapsulate that into just like kind of a definitive statement. How do I want to put that? Well, ambitious and is like using the Wii's strengths like a compliment. Like, is that like something we could put on here? Like, that is what I'm really trying to find the words for, is to kind of sum up that feeling that this is a Wii game that really kind of hits the spot in that regard in terms of creating something in that line. I'm a little... Physics tech is impressive. I think that is something we can do. Physics tech impressively implemented. Impressive physics. We can probably just sum it up with that. I'm gonna hold off on content. Here's my argument with content. Elebits is a game that has a good amount of content, for sure. And, you know, for a full-price retail video game at the time, I think it makes a lot of sense. I'm a little concerned about the quality of that content. Just having an amount of content I don't think is necessarily good, right? Like, I think the content needs to be good content. And I am maybe of the mind that how they handle adding variety to this game, while I appreciate they did it, I don't know if the execution of that was great, or at least it did not lead to me having fun. I did not have fun with the last 2/3 of the game. So I'm definitely, yeah, I don't know if I want to praise quantity. I'm gonna fix my camera because it keeps trying to refocus. I don't know if I want to praise quantity of content if that content was not good content, in my opinion. Maybe you guys feel differently, although I get the feeling you guys have a similar feeling to me in that regard. I could be wrong, but I believe that is the case. I'm sorry if I've been like going in and out of focus this whole stream. I didn't realize that I was. So, but maybe me being small would have helped. Yeah. I'm really caught up on that Wii thing because I think there's a good way we can probably boil that down to one point, being controls. Like it is a, like in my mind what I'm saying is a uniquely Wii game. I don't know if that is a positive bullet point per se. Because it is very good in that regard. Where's my notes? I lost it. On my side. Obviously you can see it on the screen, but for me actually feeling... I'm gonna put unique... Maybe just straight use of Wii controls and... Maybe it has to be 2 different bullet points. Great use of Wii controls, and then also like a strong concept on the Wii. I just don't know how I want to put that, and I feel like that could be 1 point. But we'll stick with just good Wii controls for now. So. I hate just putting great. Maybe just unique concept that uses wheeze. Make strong use of wheeze. This is way too long, but let me see if I can just like type out what I feel about this. Wheeze. Wii remotes. Strengths. Unique concept that makes strong. Strong use of word I want to use here. Maybe just unique and ambitious use. Maybe something like that. I don't really like using 2 lines if I don't have to, but unique and ambitious use of the Wii Remote strengths. I think that might sum it up, actually. We'll stick with that for now. Alright, did I miss anything else while I was all caught up on the content side of things here? Also, do you guys have music of any sort? Okay, good. Just want to make sure. I don't have any music, but I just want to make sure you guys aren't just hearing pure silence. Yeah. That's 3 things. I don't want to say attempts variety as as a strong point. Music, great music. I am bad at like being specific about music, so I don't know if catchy music is the right word because I don't really like, particularly remember, but great soundtrack. Let's use the word beautiful. I don't like that, but we're going to use that just to have some variety on here. Unique and ambitious use of the Wii Remote strengths. Beautiful presentation / art style. Impressive physics. And a great soundtrack. That reasonable? I would not say that the story is particularly the game's strength. I think the what works most about the story is just like the you know, presentation itself of it, but yeah. I think I feel pretty good about this. Do you guys feel pretty good about these points? I feel like this kind of sums up everything that I personally find interesting about this game. Give you guys a little bit of time, but just let me know if you're good. But I think I am good with those statements there. It is a little short, but also I feel like there's a ton about this game that I would particularly say worked for me. Give it about 10 more seconds here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Varied stages. When you say varied stages, Mr. T, it's fine. The chat is behind. When you say varied stages, do you mean, are we talking about aesthetically, mechanically, like in terms of the layouts and level design? I think there might need to be a little more specific than just varied selection of stages. Because I think there are parts that I agree with you there. Oh, your last message didn't get through. What was your last message, Alex? Or or are you saying some foul word that's getting banned? Writing of settings. Okay. I think I agree with you. The actual physical settings are varied, yeah. I think maybe mechanically there's not a lot of variation, but in terms of the presentation of those environments and the actual locations, and there's a lot of detail to the world, right? There's a lot of like custom graphics for individual things and a lot of like neat little things you can like stare at. There's some water. Let me go to properties here. So let's say like varied and detailed environments. What that? It's a little long. Maybe to save some space, I shouldn't use and just do slash instead. Something like that. Because we don't have a lot of space to work with. I think that's probably good. That kind of wraps in the custom graphic stuff too, I feel like, as well. So ampersand, that makes sense. Although, does it give me trouble with ampersands? If you don't know, okay, yeah, it does not. Just want to make sure. There's some certain things do not like ampersands, so you have to like double up on ampersands, and then it'll show up properly. But okay. I think this is a good set of good here. So, unless there's anything else, I think we can probably move on. If anything, I think about 5 lines. How does this look on the final page? That will fit. Okay. That should all fit on that thing. So I think we're probably as good as we're going to get it. That's it? All right. All right. The bad time. Oh, let me hide the good and bring up the bad. Blam. What don't we like about Elebits? Let me tell you. Repetitive gameplay. I felt like, I didn't spell that right, but I'll figure it out at some point. Repetitive, I don't know. I'll have to correct it at some point. It is repetitive gameplay. For sure. Overstays its welcome. I think we can probably kind of include that between repetitive gameplay and what I want to say is variety, level design, variety can be annoying. Like, I feel like that is the big thing there for me, and I know that's kind of maybe a sloppy way to say that, but I felt like whenever I had to do something that wasn't just throwing garbage around, I was annoyed more than anything. Like, I appreciate that they tried to do something, but in terms of the actual, like what the game was actually asking me to do, I did not confuse. Fair. I don't know if the objectives were necessarily confusing. There was the bucket hat thing with the snowman. I'm not too worried about that. That was like one little thing, and looked it up online real quick and we were good. If that was like a consistent thing where every single time I had to look up what an issue was or what I had to do in a place, then maybe. There's a couple things like with the microwave, I never really figured it out, but they're also optional, right? Most of the time, with the exception of stage 27, it was mostly optional, so I'm not too concerned about that. I think shoddy execution, I think there's something to be said about poor execution, which is interesting because we do say it's like a really strong Wii title in terms of its concept, Let me review what we said about that real quick on the good. So on the good, we said unique and ambitious use of the Wiimote strength. I think, okay, I don't think that's an overlap though. So poor execution. Maybe instead of poor execution, let's say poor mission design. Maybe let's actually get rid of. Let's just say let's summon all that on poor mission design. I think I can sum that up as all poor mission design. There's just not a lot of the variety that's there is appreciated, but it's just not well executed. I think, and I think that's the big thing. Not as enjoyable as picking up individual grains of sand. Yeah, I agree with you. Let me just leave it at that. I think if I put individual, it starts getting a little too long there, but picking up Elebits is not fun. The homing laser was kind of neat. I didn't really mention the power-ups in the good because I don't think most of the power-ups are that enjoyable. The homing laser, I think, was one of the best ones, but I don't think it's like something that was really super impressive. Repetitive is spelled with a I. It's like, yeah. Okay. How many more lines we got here? We probably got enough space for like 3 more things. There were some frame rate issues. I don't mind this so much, but some frame rate issues. I think it's worth mentioning, but I don't mind the voice acting actually. I am somebody who has an appreciation for that kind of like storybook voice acting. So unless you guys have very strong feelings about the voice acting being a negative thing, I get why people didn't like it. I think it is maybe like a bit of an acquired taste. You know, I'm somebody who likes the Final Fantasy XIV original voice acting before they reworked that game, and I like that kind of like writing style, like in The Wizard of Oz Beyond the Yellow Brick Road. That is something I enjoy. So I would not say it was like the best execution of that I've ever seen, but I think I thought it was fine. Yeah, I think I'm gonna agree with Mr. T here on that. So I think I agree with you, Mr. T, that maybe the homing beam should have been integrated differently. I don't know if it's really something that, you know, is worth making a bullet point on the review. I had this like strand of hair that's just like not playing nice, but I think I agree with you on that. I think that would have been an improvement probably. I don't know if I want to go in that kind of detail on the actual notes here, just because there's not a lot of space to work with. Do we care about the frame rate that much? I feel like I'm just kind of putting frame rate just because I feel like I have to. Yeah. There's some frame rate issues, but it wasn't enough to get in the way of the game. So let's leave it off that. I think if it was like a consistent issue, but, you know, I'd say we could probably count 10 times. So maybe like, you know, few minutes in the hours and hours we played. So in total. Anything else? Is there anything else that really jumped out at me? Not a problem. I think I agree with you, and I think given, you know, the kind of way we talk about games on one controller port in general, it's probably not that worth listening. Mission 27's rough. I'm always kind of not sure what to do about outliers like that. Like, most missions in the game were fine, but Mission 27 was real rough. We got past it, but yeah, it's not. Mission 27 should have been the last mission. Is probably what it should have been. I think that challenge would have been appropriate for a final level. We did have the box fall on us. But I don't think there were any other times that we literally had, like, physics stop us from, like, finishing a level, right? Watching this Elebit shake his butt right now. You guys can't see it, but... yeah, we'll say Mission 27's real bad. Yeah. Admittedly, one of the times we had to reset was, like, due to things, but... how about this? I feel like there were parts of that game where suddenly it got hard and then suddenly it got way too easy. And I think we could wrap Mission 27 into that. Like, I feel like there's just, like, peaks that happened that were not particularly, like... it didn't feel like I should be hitting a peak when I hit that level, and other levels, too. I feel like some of the ones where you have to, like, not break things. We say inconsistent difficulty? Yeah, that probably makes more sense. But, I mean, it would have to go on a separate line. I don't know how readable that's going to be. If we could fit Mission 27 parentheses after that, I think it would make more sense, but on its own line, I don't know if it would really read. That's 4. Is there anything else? I think that probably sums up how I feel about Elebits. I think that's pretty reasonable. Anything else I think would be kind of nitpicking. And I usually try to, like, things like... I usually try to kind of not pay too much attention to things that aren't that much of a problem. I think the difficulty level thing is a little maybe just barely enough to care. I think Mission 27 is what pushed it over the edge, probably. I think anything before that probably wouldn't have been that bad, but Mission 27 is pretty rough, so. Alrighty. Well, let's head over to this section here. Now it's time to choose a score. Here's my arrow. It's very small. I feel like we should get, like, a better arrow or something at some point. So, where are you guys at? Where am I at? There you are. Okay. I need to fix it. I keep forgetting to fix the chat so it doesn't reset every time. If I can fix it so it doesn't reset every time. So what Alex and Mr. T have said so far is 3 and 2. Who said 3? Alex, you gave it a 3. This is my concern about... this is kind of why I didn't want to do half steps in it, because in my brain now to me it's just like 2.5. Just make it easy, right? Between 3 and 2, and I think it is a game that I would not give a 3. But I feel like maybe a 2 is a little too low. I'm somewhere between this frowny face, not really frowny face, indifference face, and then, like, I wasn't super happy playing. There are parts of Elebits that make me happy. But there were not a lot of parts of Elebits that make me happy. So I feel like it's pretty reasonable to kind of be in between here. The 2.5. Try to use the face as a guide I'll be gone here in a second in terms of me being here, so I'm not too worried about me overlapping. Here, let's do this. Yeah. I feel good about this. You guys feel good about this? It's a reasonable place to be. I don't know if the riddle music is even playing. It supposedly should be. Okay, it looks like it is, but alright. Well, unless you guys feel something else. You know, it's interesting, Alex. You just sent that yes message, and it did not show up on my chat, but it did show up on the stream chat. It's kind of weird. But I think we're good. Stamp time. All right. Stamp time. Stamp time. Stamp time. Here's the stamp. It never fails. Where's my stamp? There it is. All right. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Oh, so loud on my side. We stamp. No, I didn't get rid of me. No. Blah. Blah. There we go. So complicated. Why'd I have to overlay so many graphics on top of each other? The Elebits review is complete. 2.5. Let's check out the Metacritic score for this thing real quick, actually. I'm kind of curious. Hey, it's me. Where is the review stuff? Let's get rid of that. Where's my background? I just need to hide the review in general, actually. Is this not a part of the review graphic? Oh, where is it? What? No, it is a part of the review. Why did that not turn off? Alright. Let's see here. Is this gonna play nice? Probably not. Let me get a browser up here real quick. Hey, buddy. Why are you not showing up here? You guys don't look at that real quick on accident. Whoops, don't look at that. There you go. Alright. Metacritic. Let's see what the world said about Elebits. I'm curious. Hello, movies. I don't know anything about movies. Mr. Corman. 75. We're pretty low on Elebits, actually. For all intents and purposes, we gave this game a 50, right? So, man, as a Wii fan, you think I would be all up on this, but this is one of the ones. It's a shame. I really like Elebits. Well, I don't. Man, I love the idea of Elebits. I don't love Elebits. Let's see how. Man, we are among the lowest reviews on Metacritic. Wow. Wow. Well, you know. All right. While Twilight Princess has been collectively anointed the Wii's top killer app by virtually the entire gaming community, I would wholeheartedly disagree and offer up Elebits as my choice for the best overall Wii game today. The thing is, after playing Elebits, I can fully appreciate all these opinions. Elebits did not work for me, and there are elements that I do think maybe under the right perspective you could really enjoy. I did not bother with the level building stuff. Man, probably a rental. I don't know the last time I've seen somebody say probably a rental in a review. But, yeah. Anyways. That is that. Well then, us and Electronic Gaming Monthly. I have no idea who VG Pub is. Electronic Gaming Monthly, though. I wonder if I like Domino Rally more than Elebits. What did IGN say? probably multiple IGNs on here because they have like different regions. If you're looking for a visual stunner, Elebits is not for you. But if you just want a really fun outing that's every bit as original as it is engaging, I think Elebits is your game. This title is destined for sleeper status. What kind of sales numbers we got here? Was this before NPD started covering up numbers? There's a while where NPD actually gave out numbers, but exception 70,000 copies in Japan. I never know what's good sales numbers in Japan, to be honest with you. It's so hard to tell. Yeah, I've only got Japanese sales numbers. All right, you know where that means. We go to... No, that is not VG charts. Don't go to VGChats.com, guys. Elebits. VG Charts website is horrendously slow, by the way. I don't know what's going on with them. It was VGChats.com. Yeah, I don't think there was anything too terribly bad on there, but you know. So if you don't know, VG Charts not particularly the most reliable amount of data usually. Looks like they don't even have the number of copies shipped for this game. So, but VG Charts is it was probably it's like kind of the last resort you go to for looking up game sales usually. So, I don't know. I assume being a launch game, Elebits probably sold okay. I mean, it was enough to get a DS sequel. I think it's a launch game, right? Pretty sure it was. Close enough. November something was the Wii's launch, I believe. Right? Oh, discontinued. Oh, yeah, November 19th was the Wii's launch. So it was a little bit after, but it was a launch window game. So. I did used to write for VG Charts. Don't tell them I trash talk them. I was looking into, I forget his name. It's like Brandon or Brett or something like that. They used AIM as their messenger for at that time. I hated using AIM. Whoops, I did not mean to click on Yamauchi's page there. Remember this Wii Zapper? The shotgun one? I would have preferred that. I hate the Wii Zapper. I feel like the Wii Zapper is way too flimsy to feel good. This would have been way more expensive though, so. Do you guys want to help me see if my disk drive's playing nice real quick? I know it's already past 9:30, but I wanted to see if Kishin Zenki plays nice, and we'll see. Maybe it'll explode like every other time we play Kishin Zenki, but yeah. So if you don't know, basically somebody in the one of the podcast comments mentioned that how he burns PCFX games, and it basically is using let me see if I have the box here. Oh, here's one of the cases. It's using archival grade CDRs basically. So, and then you burn it on the slowest speed. I don't know what the slowest speed of my CD burner is. Most CD burners can't do like a 1x even if you set it to it. But I tried it with a couple games and it seems to have worked pretty well. So the problem is these are a bit more expensive. It was like $25 for a set of 5 of these. These admittedly is with the jewel case and everything. But you can buy like a spindle, I think of 30 for like $80. So, you know, you can get it cheaper if you need to, or in bulk, if you need to as well. So, anyways, let me, I think it's in there already. FrameMeister is on. It should be set appropriately. So I just need to click this over real quick. There's one other thing I needed to test as well. which is seeing how the mode works. Somebody was asking about different PCFX games and how the mode function works on them. Which, if you don't know, the PCFX controller has these mode switches, so you can switch it between different modes. And some games use those for certain things, but not all games. So they were asking about games people knew that had that mode change. Yeah, you guys should have some game audio now. I need to get some game audio. We're just gonna see how this runs for the opening cutscene here. If it skips at all. Hopefully this runs perfectly fine, and if so, that means I'm just gonna buy a whole spindle of these things, probably. Although I might wait a little bit. We had some weird payroll stuff at work this week, so I don't know anything about Zenki. It's apparently some anime series, but there's like a bunch of games. This is maybe, from what I've seen, the most like visually impressive Zenki game, but mechanically it's maybe a little on the rougher side. But it is one of those games that people kind of talk about on the PCFX because it is something you can play very easily. It's got a nice aesthetic to it, and it's also the most expensive game on the PCFX, I'm pretty sure. So, also let me know if the audio is too low. It looks a little low. I'm gonna bump it up a little bit. I also tested Miraculum. I did not get super deep into it, but I had a lot of trouble on Miraculum using the other discs I was using, which were like the standard CDRs. I don't know when. I mean, I've already had to play through this game on YouTube at some point. Look how small she is compared to Giant Zenki. That seemed to go fine. I didn't hear any like audio skipping or anything like that. I did blow up my save file on accident, so I don't have any save data. We'll just play on normal for now. There is a special ending credit sequence. I don't think we'll beat this tonight, but also a very short game though. It is like 30 minutes to 45 minutes, I think. Although, like a lot of PCFX games, there's usually a little bit of an opening here. While this is going on, in terms of what we're going to probably do next week, I have like a handful of like sports games, anime, and more normal. So I thought maybe we have like a little bit of like a sports week kind of thing as like a weird little themed stream. Worst case scenario, if we don't have enough time, or if you guys are like, I don't care about sportsman game, I showed you guys earlier, we got that giant stack of garbage on the floor over here, so. Yeah, I mean, if that is what you're into, PCFX is like 100% that aesthetic for sure. So, but at the same time, it also is like, you know, what's kind of interesting? Let me look at this cutscene a little more. So this cuts like. Something about visually this scene reminds me of like older 16-bit style pixel art cutscenes. Like a lot of just like static graphics with like, or like sprite graphics with like individual kind of things moving around. Rather than like full animated sequences with like cells and things like that. But the color spectrum they use is like a lot more in depth. So, I can't remember if I showed this game using Zenki before or Chieki. I personally prefer Chieki. So, yeah, the Captain Tsubasa game, that is something that I'll have to dedicate some time to, because I have no idea what's happening in that game. So, one thing I see people complain about with Chieki in this game from time to time is her moveset. because like by default it seems like she can just do this little like pea shooter thing where she does that, which I mean it is effective, but some things that people don't seem to realize is that with Chiaki you can also hold down the attack button to charge your attack, and then you can shoot like a large beam version, and then also there's like Street Fighter style inputs you can use to basically activate some special skills. Unfortunately, I don't know what those inputs are, and this game is so short, I do not care to actually figure them out. So I think if we set mode 1 to B, we should be able to just, yeah, use the top row of buttons to activate those special skills. Sorry, while I was talking through that, I was just like letting myself just get beat down. So we basically have 3 different specials we can use, and admittedly, like, this is very abusable in terms of like, you know, being able to being able to just spam your specials basically, but at the same time I feel like it's this game's so short, it's not really worth learning the inputs for the, like, what's it called? I used Zenki before? Okay. Yeah, I think most interesting is like the color space just seemed a lot more like a FMV pre-recorded video rather than like actual sprites on screen. I'm curious if it was like a pre-recorded cutscene that they did in that kind of sprite art and then converted over, maybe. Hey, Carl. Yeah. You, I would not, buy a copy of this game, personally. There are a lot of PCFX games I would say maybe don't buy them. But, you know, it's a fun thing. It's definitely fun with a friend. It would be nice to do like a video that's like, hey, here are 2-player games on the PCFX. You want to hang out with somebody and have a PCFX with you. There's not a lot you can do on the PCFX, but there are things you can do. Yeah, I heard Metafin, I think I don't know how to pronounce it, but I heard like Metafin was like a good option for that, for emulating. I have thought about maybe trying to figure out more about Metafin and how that works, but I don't emulate very often, and I'm not like an expert on that stuff. So I think I would not be the best person for making that video. And I think there are videos about how to emulate the PCFX online, so they maybe are not those like high quality videos out there. There might just be like a dude like using Windows desktop capture with like a microphone and like, you know, clicking around. I mean, like, all right, click on, drag this file here, kind of thing. But you know, whatever works, right? So, Wonder Swan. How is the Wonder Swan emulation scene? I don't know anything about Wonder Swan. That is one of my blind spots. It seems to be holding up fine, so I imagine this is probably going to work out pretty well for us. I remember last time when we finished this boss, the game, like, died on itself using the other disc, so... I may try, like, readjusting my laser so it's not as powerful to see if maybe that... Like, maybe I don't need to adjust it for this kind of stuff to run. Oh, goodbye me. Alright. Oh! I keep trying to jump with, I should shoot. Also, hey, apparently this game's just gonna flash a bunch, so if you got problems with that, you should maybe be a little careful. I don't remember that being a consistent thing, but apparently that's a problem on this fight. I think we should get some bananas here. Ooh. All right. Bananas. Let me see. Let me jump up here. Jumping's a little finicky in this game. Not intended to be a platformer. Emulation seems to be good. Okay. I don't know what the capturing options are for Wonder Swan. I'd imagine, I mean, like, if I recall correctly, the Wonder Swan was a very, like, anime like license heavy system, right? So I imagine like you probably, if you like PCFX, there's probably some overlap there. The scream is constant, yeah. You're not really supposed to be spamming those skills like that, so. What time is it? 9:47. We'll get a bit further. I think we streamed only like part of this game last time, so. Let me eat this eyeball. For me. One thing that is kind of interesting is that the actual dialogue that shows up is different depending on the characters that are being played. So, if you have both characters, you get more dialogue. Gunpei Yokoi. Is that who you're talking about, Mr. T? I think he was Wonder Swan, right? Or are we talking about somebody else? I don't think I saw a name in the chat. Nani? We are getting to the point, I mean, like, Gunpei Yokoi was like an early, you know, person that passed away in the industry. We are getting to the point where we're going to get more and more of those people going. Unfortunately. And unfortunately, it seems like when it comes to like Japanese devs and stuff, there's a lot less willing to talk. Oh, Nier. Gotcha. I did not know much about Nier. I didn't really hear about him until all the stuff went down. But you know, anything like that's always going to be, you know, sad. But yeah, I did not know how they particularly Battletoad. He's kind of the butt of the joke of this game, so. But yeah, the internet's, you know, I love the internet, but it's also a very difficult place to exist once there's a group of people who really go out of their way to wanna give you a hard time. I don't know if it bothers you guys. I love overscan. I love seeing like the weird stuff that happens on the edges of the screen on games. So I always leave the overscan in, except for in videos. I will try to cut out overscan in videos, at least if it's something as distracting as that, like flashing light at the top, or like how the cloud layer wasn't, you know, fully on screen. It was like shaking up and down. So, eyeball time. All right, train time. I can't remember if these skeletons can die. I feel like you just want to run through this area if I remember correctly. The backwards flip, I don't really have a lot of... I don't feel like there's a lot of uses for that. I forgot there's a guard button. But yeah, yeah. Ow. I need to jump over those carts. I think Zenki has like more jump-oriented attacks, so if you wanted to have a character that was a bit more like... No, the bananas! A bit more like, You know what's interesting? I just noticed, so that screen, like, when it comes to the previous, train cars, that screen is way more compressed. And then you have that whole scene where the background shatters. So I wonder if that is just like a video running back. Well, I guess it could be like the JPEG graphics. So maybe they overlay like the JPEGs on there, and then they play a series of JPEGs that show that screen breaking. Ow. Oh, jeez. All right. This is a good song, by the way. I will say this game definitely doesn't have like a ton of challenge to it. It's definitely like kind of a mindless beat 'em up. Admittedly, again, I'm using the non-Street Fighter controls for this. I'm just pressing a button and the specials are coming out. So maybe if you really want to learn it, I actually don't even know the inputs for these moves. Kind of one of the problems of, hey, if you don't own this video game, you don't have the manual. And I don't think I saw the manual online. I have to look. I'm gonna die though. Zenki. Ow. I also feel like that big Zenki is not as good as little Zenki, personally. Ow. Alright. Let's become big Zenki anyways. I think he has less moves as well. I think he does more damage. Ah. Yeah, he's like one less special move, actually. The double jump. Mm-hmm. And we are like halfway through this game already, so we might just go all the way. We'll see where we're at 10. If we're not nearly close enough, then we can. I love this scene. You're just like. Just like getting knocked off the train. There's a secret one up here, actually. There's a little bit of a little comedic thing right here where Mr. Frog. There. And you can jump on Mr. Frog. If you jump on enough, you don't want to. I don't know why that's the case, but. I think the one thing I guess you could say about this game in terms of not being English friendly is that there's no text on screen, so if you want to actually understand what's happening, you can't really just like easily, phone translate it or something. I wonder if there's something up here. I don't think there is. For the most part, this game is pretty straightforward. There's not really too many secrets in it. It's really just kind of that. I think there's a couple secret one-ups you can get. That's about it. This level is also particularly weird in two players because it only follows one character. So if one character jumps off the side, the other character just gets like stuck up on screen on the top floor, and you have to kind of like blindly find your way down, I think is how it works. Or maybe it stays with the character on the top screen and the person at the bottom can spawn enemies and take damage. There's something weird about it. I don't remember 100% what it was, but this is a pretty cool boss, actually. This might be my favorite boss in the game. Hey, Oscar. Welcome to being hella late. We are, well, hella late streaming, but we finished Elebits tonight. Or basically what we're doing right now is that we've already played Kishin Zenki before, but I have burned a copy using archival quality CDRs. Also, there's like a person's head on top of that snake head. And it seems to be working well. I haven't heard any like audio skips or any visual skips either, so I think the new CDRs that I got are gonna work a lot better for PCFX stuff. So So it means I don't have to buy video games that are $500. Oscar, we were talking about WonderSwan earlier. Don't you collect WonderSwan stuff? I seem to recall when I was in Japan, you were telling me about getting into WonderSwan. Fancy CDRs, yeah, they're a little bit more fancy. It's like $25 for 5, and then I think it's like $70 for a spindle of 30. There's some weird graphic stuff there. I don't know if that would have been. I just do not like Big Zenki very much. His moveset feels very limited. He has a roll and he has a knee jab, and then everything else just a punch. But when you get Big Zenki, oh, you have aerial attack. I didn't know that. How did I do that? Was it a dash run attack? How did I do that? We got ourselves a little... Oh, the special that you can't use while on the ground is an aerial special. So if you use it in the air, you get the double hit. Interesting. That I have learned something new about Big Zenki. I should block when that happens. Probably particularly helpful in this fight where you have to hit a floating head. We're gonna lose Big Zenki here in a second, though. All right. I don't know. I personally like Chiaki better, personally. Just, I feel like she's a funner character to use. Oh, WonderSwan Death Kit. Can you use something like that today? I mean, I imagine, you know, you might need to hook it up to like a old operating system or something, although maybe it's like a weird niche enough thing that somebody's like, yeah, I built out the tools to make this work. Oh, God. And ride the corpse up out of the sewer. Oh, don't forget the eyeball. A Vita dev kit. I feel like anything, I mean, I get this point, anything that's a video game is going to be expensive, I feel like. My friend was telling me recently, so when I was going to Japan, one of the things my friend wanted me to do was go get him some Lane merchandise from some store or something. Like a pop-up shop kind of thing, not a real store. I didn't go because the first day I was in Japan was a nightmare. Or when I first landed in Japan, it was a nightmare. And then I had a friend basically babysit me for a whole day to help me exist and get my bearings, basically. And the pop-up shop was only open on that day, and it was at Nakano Broadway, which I already had plans to go there later with somebody. So I didn't end up going to get them, but apparently, like, everything from that pop-up shop is just, like, super expensive now. And, I didn't realize that they were actually punching her before. But, I kind of feel like anything ever is expensive now if you wait long enough, so... I feel like most consoles at the moment, it's probably... The biggest problem I'd have getting with the WonderSwan is I'd want to capture it on a TV. So I probably wouldn't get a WonderSwan unless I could do something to get video out on it. But I've never looked at the library. I have no idea what's on there. I'm sure I could find something I'd find, like, neat, though, if I really cared. Then I feel like the Game Boy library is so massive that, like, I probably... If I really cared about doing that kind of, like, era of games, I think I could keep myself busy with the Game Boy. I am not particularly in need of expanding the number of consoles that I have. Yeah, Evil Car Man. I feel like Evil Car Man is the most, like, prevalent boss in this game. Oh yeah, this is the face that melts. See a face. Can I shoot this in any direction? No, it's just straight. I feel like this boss I mainly want to use my charged attack on. Is he busted through the window? Oh no, he's... excuse me. Excuse me. Sneezing all over myself. Oh. Alright, let's get this, I want to wait till he's out of his thing. I want the health though. Alright. Did not get that much health back. Did Final Fantasy III come out on the Wonder Swan, or was that canceled? I saw somebody posting screenshots of it the other day, and I think the reason, it was a Japanese tweet, and I think the reason they were posting is they were saying, like, with the pixel remasters, we finally got the Wonder Swan version of Final Fantasy VIII, or Final Fantasy III, basically. Not that it is the same version, but, like, I think they're just saying kind of in spirit we finally got it, given that the only available version of Final Fantasy III for a very long time has been that DS remake, which I know a lot of people don't love. I personally liked it, but, you know. I couldn't get the eye. It was right on the zone. It was canceled. Okay. I remember Weird Mega Man because that's like on a portrait mode, right? Final Fantasy III, the DS version, is on PSP. They've ported that DS version of the game a variety of times at this point, so... But some people do not like that version of the game. It is pretty different from the actual one that came out on NES, so... Oh, 4 was ported to Wonder Swan. I didn't know that. Kind of curious why they skipped 3, then. I wonder if it just, the first 2 maybe didn't sell quite the way they thought they would. Okay, one shot with that. Oops. I wish you could move while charging that, though. I'm curious if like something like this works on Fightcade at all. Like, I don't know what Fightcade support looks like, and if PCFX is included. 1 up, sure. I'll take that. Up the elevator we go. Inuyasha beat him up. That sounds neat. There's a PS2 Inuyasha game that caught my eye once. I think it was an RPG with like chibi characters. Is Flash Koibito-kun based off something, or is that just like an original game? I don't think I've heard that name before. I have heard that the not the Muscle Games, the Klonoa game was good on there. I don't know anything about the Evangelion thing. I don't know, not know anything about Evangelion in general. Nice. I think I have kind of like basically blanked out Evangelion from my mind at this point. I probably should be more aware of what's going on with it. But I kind of feel like I would not like Evangelion very much, but I do appreciate that it did have a big effect on video games and stuff like that, so. I don't know anything about the Muscle series either, though. I know there's a GameCube one. Oh, a magazine. I mean, I don't blame you for not knowing the mascot of a probably Japanese-only magazine. The Mr. Pants of the Wonder Swan. Zenki, Zenki. Punch this guy in the toes with my little hands. I try to save those power-ups for when I need health, basically, because they do recover health. I think it's enough health. I think that will basically be my full bar. Yeah. Ugh. Can I block? Oops. Jackie. Yeah, block that. See, if I had to put actual button inputs in for that, it wouldn't be so broken. Ow. Give me your eye. Nestor's Funky Bowling. Yeah, that's another good example of that kind of thing. I'm glad Jeremy Parrish took like that good look at the Virtual Boy. I feel like definitely the narrative around the Virtual Boy was kind of similar to the PCFX in a lot of ways, where very negative for a lot of reasons. Oh! Run away! I think we have to jump over stuff. Yeah. The Olympics! Hurdle jumping. This part of the game is very, lenient. Immediately we are on normal. I don't remember how this is on the hard. Oh! Oh! Well, I'm dead. Game over. Ran out of credits. We're at the end of the game, we'll finish it. Interesting. How far back is this? Is this the beginning of the parking garage? It might be. Okay, it's this fight. Alright, we can refight him. Yeah, I accidentally shot midair and it stopped me. If I didn't do that, I would have been fine. Just fucking blast me. Ah. I think I might be able to charge up my attack before he stands back up after this. I feel like this move is way more effective than becoming Big Zenki. Oh boy. Nope. Poke him until he stops coming. Oh, wrong button. You know, I'm like so not used to using all 6 buttons on the PCFX controller that it's like a little hard to keep track of what buttons I'm pressing. It's very rare a game uses all the buttons on a PCFX. Just push them. There's a level select, but this game's so easy we don't need to worry about it. I mean, I burned through my credits, but it's not a big deal. There's, as far as I'm aware, there's not really anything that you lose out on. Guilty Gear Petite. I don't think I heard of that. Again, very ignorant of the Wonder Swan library. All right, give me that banana. Alright, speedrun strats. Run towards the side of the screen as fast as possible. Lazaro. You do have to double tap to run though, so. Pretty easy if you don't shoot on accident. He can hurt you if you touch him. It's our friend Nozomi. Whoops. Whoops. We're just gonna hang back here, I think. Oh! Chomp that eye. That blood. Sorry, red paint. Red paint from his car parts. I'm curious with the different like characters in the cutscenes if they just have like the same dialogue but they just don't like show as much of it, or if they actually change the dialogue per character depending on if they're alone or together. This game, Oscar, or are you talking about a different game? Or talking about Wonder Swan games, because that is what I was saying earlier. I forgot. I feel like Wonder Swan has joined the Saturn category of me, or for me, of just like, it's gonna be over here. Somebody else can look at that. Got enough to chew with the PCFX in terms of weird Japanese-only consoles to check out. Although I imagine something like the Wonder Swan, there are enough, like, you know, brands on there that people care about, right? I don't know how much people care about the stuff on the PCFX. If this scene was a little longer, this would be, like, a really cool thing because they replay the main theme here. But, like, the song, like, just starts and, like, right as you finish this, like, right as the song starts, you're basically done with this section. There's just, like, not a lot going on here, so... You just gotta, like, burn through these enemies. Oop, what up? Now the song's done. Like, I think that section could have been a little bit longer, probably. Check out that background. Check out the glitched out graphics on the top with the overscan. Frog is gonna actually do something now. Oh, you know what? I think this fight's about to start. Vink sent me like an ad with like a Doraemon thing in it. I don't know if that's the intention behind him sending it to me, but Sometimes he'll include like newspapers and stuff in his packages for packing. I always think those are kind of interesting to look at, but I think he sent me like a level 5 like holiday pamphlet once as well. Look at the little water fountain. I threw him. Does the Wonder Swan have a lot of fan translations? I don't think Chicky really has like any air attacks I can use other than just shooting in the air. Also, my pea shooter does not do any knockback, it seems like. Should use the block more often in this game. Yucky. No, we're not going to do a community review of Zenki tonight. I am not prepared to do that. And this game's so short. I wasn't even intending to finish this game, but it's so short and it's so easy to just like get through real quick, you know. We're a little bit over, but you know, this is the last boss fight down here. So I've already played through this game on the channel before too, so I wonder for Final Fantasy 1 and 2 fan translations, if those are actual fan translations or if they just like pulled the dialogue over. I know like Nier Replicant's original translation, that was if I recall correctly, that was just like a reworking of the original script they did for the original Nier, basically. And they kind of altered some of the dialogue that didn't really make a lot of sense for the brother. I don't know if they did like a full retranslation at all. Because I don't know how much like the text really differed in those original releases, but you know, imagine to some degree. Whoops. Well, isn't there like a I don't know why I'm thinking about this. There's a 3DO JRPG. Is it like Lorette's Quest or something like that? Or do you guys know what I'm talking about? Lucine's Quest? I don't know why I'm thinking about that game right now. Probably could have just talking about like weird niche games and stuff, but or niche consoles. I mean, talking about Final Fantasy, not exactly niche, but you know, the console it's on. It's like the niche versions of those games, you know, in America at least. I wonder how. I don't really know how the Wonder Swan was received in Japan. Zenki. Jesus Christ. Dead key. We might have to continue. Alright, we'll try Big Zenki. Not that I think... I kind of feel like Big Zenki's a little too easy to hit, but... Lucine's Quest, that's what it is. Thank you. Oh, dang, I forgot he does that. Jump attack is OP on this guy, apparently. As long as we play it smart, we might be able to get through this without dying. I don't know where he's gonna fall down though. Oh, there, right there. He might just fall straight down, actually. Bam. Benki. Benki. Yeah, there's also Graduation 2, I think, ended up on there as well, which I think is also on the PCFX. Lucine's Quest is the one that jumped out at me, though. Alright, Mr. T, I got this. I'm a professional Zenki player. As somebody who doesn't know anything about Zenki, I have no idea who this dude is who shows up. Not that dude. The other dude. Eventually he'll show up. I think this is the only cutscene in the game with Big Zenki, right? I think he's always kid in the other ones. Oh, maybe there's another fight? No, I don't think there's a fight. Hey. Doraemon! There he is. Like final battle, but blonde dude kills him. All this ending cutscenes going on. Since I dumped all this stuff at the beginning. Giant stack of games here. The giant boss doesn't melt his flesh down. Download the Zenki anime, yeah. Active Life Magical Carnival. Active Life Explorer. Active Life Extreme Challenge. As I showed you earlier, because of stupid reasons, I got 2 copies of Active Life Outdoor Challenge. Very important. The full Active Life series plus 1. And then the pad itself, actually, I have it. This pad feels like weirdly cheap. I hope it's not like a weird generic off-brand one, but it looks right. So, got this. It uses a GameCube controller port. So you have to use an original, like, Wii that was before they removed the GameCube controller. So, kind of interesting. These don't feel like they have, like, buttons on them or anything either. They're just, like, I mean, I've never used, like, a DDR pad before, so. I feel like I usually... They feel like they have, like, pressure things in them usually, but that just feels like a piece of fabric to me, so. So, yeah. We'll be streaming that on some Saturday. It's not going to be this Saturday. I'm working on PCFX stuff this Saturday, so we'll figure that out. This is the normal ending. The hard ending is a bit different from this. And then, as I showed you guys earlier, got these from Vink. Weird Otome RPG game, because what I need in my life is more Otome games that I'll definitely play. It's an animated cutscene instead, actually. So this is just like a scroll here, but the hard ending is like a fully animated sequence, if I recall correctly. It shows like Chiaki going to school or something, maybe, which is kind of interesting. If you look at it, because I have the overscan show, you can actually see the in the background, this ending is still playing in the animated cutscene one, but they just like overlay it over that. So, Anime Man game. Look at this disc. You probably can't tell because of the green screen, maybe, but yeah, it's got like a nice teal color. And a full color manual. I know, I gotta play, the game I want to play the most is Dear My Son. I am really excited to play Dear My Son as a Hunex fan. And because you play as a mom in that game, which I think is like interesting. Like an Otome game where you're playing as a mom raising your 2 kids. At least that's the impression I get from that game. Like, it seems so... I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm not like super up and up on the Otome, alright? I've pretty much played Princess Debut. I think that's the only Otome thing I have played. Yet I continue to acquire stuff. So, yeah, Anime Men. Got Japanese. I showed this earlier. It's like a Tomodachi Life kind of thing, but from Namco. Yeah, you like play as your mom. It's so interesting. It's just, it's a shame. I actually streamed it at one point, but it's one of those things that's like, it's so, you know, just text kind of thing. I feel like there's not a lot of moms in games in general. Like, we have dads, right? So, like, where's the moms at? I can't think of many moms that are main characters in games. So, I feel like that's probably something. The disc worked? Okay, awesome. I did not listen to any of the end, so I'm glad that worked out. Although it seems like we're maybe not going back to the title screen, so. Oh man, check this out. I don't know if you can see that. Like this very butch-looking lady in here. There's some interesting visuals in here. There's like a Virtua Fighter-looking character. Alright. Well, rest in peace, Zenki. Let me see if I can find... Yeah, look at the character art in this. This is neat. Can I get a light on this? Sorry, I know this stream has been going way longer than usual, but I'm somewhat awake. I took a little bit of a nap before the stream. I had a dream that I was playing like a weird Wild West PCFX game, weirdly enough. Been thinking about too much about PCFX. Oops, touching the mic. Oh no, it's got some nice art in there. You can see my shaky hands. There we go. Huh. Now I'm gonna be blurry. Full of single no fathers? Yeah. I forgot about that. Yeah, and like moms in games, I can think of... I feel like there's probably indie games with moms in it, right? That's like something that probably happens. Dr. Pumpkins, we have finished Elebits tonight. We are done. We have completed it, unfortunately. But thank you for stopping by. I am just dumping out some game stuff now. We did review Elebits earlier. Unfortunately, we did not love... This is Valkyria Chronicles 3, by the way. A nice manual, actually. Let's say Valkyria Record? Unofficial record. That's right. This whole thing's about, like, the untold story of the, like, squad that went through shit kind of thing. I forgot about that kind of... Yeah, check it out. He's got the main character and his lack of picture. We did not end up loving Elebits, unfortunately. We gave it actually a 2.5 out of 10, or out of 5. So that's like a, 50, and we looked at the Metacritic score, and we scored it so much lower than everybody else. And I don't know, Dr. Pumpkins, if you know who I am, like, I'm generally very forgiving to games, so it was came to me as a shock. We're not going to open Dokusei 2, but, erotic video game, so that is risque. But there are cute penguin pillow on the back of this. This one's a little, been sitting on the sun a little bit. Let me see if I can show you. Here's like an actual spine for PCFX looks like. As you can see, the Dokusei 2 one is a little colored. So that is an 18+ game though, and there's originally like a PC game as well. But I don't know anything about it. I got it because it was cheap, pretty much. Elebits, though, man. Elebits, though. I feel like we should like Elebits more. Cha-cha. I feel like it is something we should care about. Okay, so this side of the cha-cha is actually sun damage on here. So I knew this copy was going to be a bit rough, but the big thing was if I can and I can afford it, I want to get the original discs if possible. So, I think it's overall better, and I would definitely prefer better quality discs or cases, but I'm not going to be picky for the most part. So. Well, I scanned the manuals. Is there something in specific you want me to scan, Mr. T? Scanning stuff definitely takes a lot of effort, unfortunately, so. Alex rated it a 3. Alex had a better opinion of Elebits. The manual of Elebits specifically, is that what you're talking about? How many PCFX games do I have now? In terms of actually owning games... So I've got, this is not on my list yet, so I've got Dokusei 2, I've got Cha-Cha. I also imported Voice Paradise and Wakusei Little Cats. So I'm going to be blurry for a little bit, but I'll be putting some more stuff up on screen here in a little bit. What is the password for my backlog rate? My old one? Old one. I'm not gonna count Anime Freaks, Abune no Otome, Battle Heat, Blue Breaker, Can Bunny, Chip Chan. I don't have Chip Chan. Farlian Story FX. I actually have 2 copies of Farlian Story FX. First Kiss Story. I had a trial disc for Galaxy Farlian Yuna. I'm not gonna count that. Konpeki no Katai, Megami Paradise 2, Minimum Nanonic, Ojo-sama Susomu, Sparkling Feather, Team Innocent, and Welcome to Pia Carrot. So 15 games. That's leaving out Anime Freaks Disc Volume 1, 3, and 5, as well as the Galaxy Frolin trial disc. So I'm not sure, like the PCFX library is so all over the place in terms of cost, so. Discord is censored? Really? Or was Discord with the K specifically? I don't know why that would be, but I don't know what's going on. Like, I think Alex said he got something removed too. Speaking of Minimum Nanonic, Angel Present. This also has Hunex listed on it. I don't know how much involvement Hunex had in this game. I think they may have just like built out the engine for it basically. And then basically another team made the actual story and stuff for it, but it's apparently kind of like initially like a romance adventure game, but it has kind of like these weird little arena battles in it. I don't 100% know much about it. I think Filler said he did a video about it at some point. Weird. That's a good collection. I'm glad. No, I will say this. You know, I am not going to. Something I mentioned on the Twitter on Twitter recently. Oh, this is like a almost naked chicken here. Is this before Sero ratings? Yeah, this is before Sero ratings. Let's look comic in the back though. What was I saying? This kind of looks like the Minimum Nanonic girl actually right there. Kind of does a little bit there too. I'm like debating maybe trying to not talk about like prices of games as much anymore, things like that. I don't know. I feel a little guilty when I see people who like, I don't know, with like game prices and stuff. Like, you should not pay $300 or plus for Cubivore, right? That is not something you should do. And I kind of feel like if Cubivore is preventing, like that price tag is preventing you from playing Cubivore, you should just play Cubivore, right? You should just find a way to play Cubivore. If you really care. Like, there's also the difference of like, hey, you know, I may not be able to afford Sakura Wars on the Wii. What about Wing Island? What about Wing Island? What if I could afford Wing Island for $7 kind of thing, right? Like, there is like some interesting alternative there. This manual's black and white in the US. I assume it's actually colored in Japan. So, but the Hudson Soft game actually. But yeah, I definitely like to play on original hardware and original disc if possible, just because it gives me more confidence that a game is running properly. That's obviously not always going to be the case. I had a lot of problems with skipping in Megami Paradise 2, and I had to adjust the laser on the PCFX to make that work, but yeah, so. I already showed this a little earlier, but Magic Ballerina. Or if this is black and white on the inside too. Yeah, definitely. Ubisoft's making as much money on these as they can. No colored manuals. Do they have like actual character art in here at all? Oh man, look how small these character portraits are. They are tiny. Age 14. You know, in some ways, I think at this point, I kind of feel like even if it is cheap, if you want to emulate a burn or something, just do it. Just do it, man. You don't need to be a nightmare person like me and just have all this. This is like not even a fourth of it, right? There's a whole shelf over here. There's stuff under my bed. Do you need this garbage? I do. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I'm getting to that point in my life where I'm like rethinking having a game collection, right? So, yeah. I don't know if Toad Treasure Trackers had a manual. I don't think it did. But, yeah. Anyways, that's all the garbage I got, I think. Let me do one check. Other than Voice Paradise, which is coming. So, I'm also getting Team Innocent like art documents, but I think they're just like scans. I don't think they're actual original documents. These are the only other two things I have, but these are new video games that I'm like, I will probably not play this anytime soon, but at least Castlevania will be sometime soon. Oh. And then Vink sends me Pokemon cards, but I don't like Pokemon, so I'm like, alright. I appreciate the thought, though. I give them to my nephew. I don't know if he actually cares for them, so. Yeah, Alex, you don't need that trash, but I will respect you if you want that trash. Umihara Kawase? Yeah. So I actually haven't opened this yet. I feel guilty about not opening it, but I kind of feel like I have to not open it because my friend got this for me. Look how dusty that is. My friend got this for me. And it's the, I think, Strictly Limited Games or something. And he got it for me and was like, hey, keep it shut, man. Might be worth something someday. But I don't like keeping sealed video games. Like, I want to play my video games. So, I don't know. This is like, I feel like there's like, was it some number of these, and I think this might have a number somewhere on it, or maybe on the inside or something like that. But I don't know, man. You got the same one? Yeah, I think I saw it and it was like, wasn't particularly expensive or anything. I'm sure eventually at some point it probably will get expensive. Let me fix my video now that actually, I don't know where my video tab is. There's. At some point, it'll probably get expensive, but I don't know, man. Video games are meant to be played. Oh, I'm moving stuff. Right, man? I actually own these games digitally on Steam is the other thing. Why can't I fix my focus? Not that I need to. I'm finishing the stream about now. Yet I can't seem to get my mouth to shut at the moment. What the heck is it? Focus. Oh, focus. Yeah, open that bad boy up. Rowan, I am just will not shut up for some reason. I should have stopped streaming an hour and 10 minutes ago. We are not streaming Umihara Kawase right now. Rowan, you did show up in time for Umihara Kawase to be on screen, though. Unfortunately, my Vita is not particularly playing nice as well, so. But yeah, it's end. Although Rowan, we will have a stream on Saturday, but it'll probably be earlier in the day here in the U.S. So I don't know how that's gonna line up Japan-wise. So, but we will not be playing Yumihara. This is the most Yumihara we will be seeing on stream anytime in the near future. I do need to play the DS. How many games are there? I've played the 3DS game. I'm going hard tonight. I'm just showing you guys garbage. It's everywhere. Garbage. I don't even use this thing because I originally intended to use it with my PC engine or my PCFX mouse, but I end up using a different mouse pad because it can attach to my thing. What's it called? Anyways, but yeah, a Saturday stream. I don't know if I'll make it easier. For you guys. There's a port of 1 and 2 for DS, that's what it was. So I think the Super Nintendo game, PlayStation game, and the 3DS game, right? I think that's the first two I have not played. But yeah, not this Saturday, but maybe next Saturday. This Saturday I'm working on PCFX stuff. So I want to finish that and get that out of my life and move forward with my life on that. So... I'm not streaming this Saturday. That I am just working on PCFX stuff. I am almost done with the videos. I am at the finalization process of that. It's not coming out this Saturday. I just need to finish it. And the next Saturday, the video will go live. Or whenever. I don't know. I'll let you know. Like, part of me is like next Saturday, but then I also probably want to do the active live stream maybe next Saturday. So that would make the most sense to me. So, yeah, sorry, I'm just saying words at the moment, Zero. I think I have said all I'm going to say tonight. So I think that is it. So I think I'll let you guys go. Oh, what was that, Rowan? I'm curious about what you're saying. Let me see that. There's a terrible PSP remake of 2. I remember hearing about that it was not a good version of that game. How is that the origin? Oh, so the PSP version was called Yumi's Odd Odyssey on PSP, and then they canceled it or something for the US. Well, Zero, you gotta chime in during the reviews. If you don't show up during the reviews, then you can't vote. Although, if for some reason you guys want to like review a game and you aren't going to be able to make it for the review, just let me know. Like, you know, get a hold of me in Discord and just share your thoughts. That's not guaranteed that something will show up on the review. I'll just consider it. You guys know how I am. I'm kind of a bully when it comes to our reviews, I feel like, but it was gonna be. I thought that was the case. Yeah, I that like once you mentioned that rang a bell. That was something that was going to happen. I do remember people very much not liking that PSP game. So, but yeah, I do love, like, I think you told me, Rowan, that the third game is not great, or not as good as the first two. I do love that third game though, being the only one I've played. So, yeah, it's hopefully once the PCFX stuff is done, I'm going to take a real good look at those community reviews and get them up in some way or the other. I do want to put them up. The big struggle I have right now is that the me that makes videos wants me to take some of the footage during the stream and edit that to the hey, by the way, there's a monkey here, isn't there? I found a secret monkey the other day that I apparently never deleted. There it is. I didn't realize that monkey was still in our stream files here, but anyways, I want to include gameplay, but that's gonna be a lot of work, and you guys already know that I spend way more time on that kind of stuff than I should. So, matter of balancing stuff. So, I don't know. It might just be more just the raw talking over. The other part of it too is that I actually put music in the background while we're reviewing it on the stream. Which I'm like, maybe that's not a great idea because then I can't overlay actual game music during the review or something like that. So maybe consider pre-populating some music from the game, but that means I have to balance the audio every time. It's like all this stuff that it's probably just too much effort. At the very least, I will cut out, this is the community review from start to finish, and it's there, and it's available if somebody wants to look at it. I don't know if they're that, like, I enjoy doing them. I hope you guys enjoy doing them. I don't know if anybody actually cares about looking at them, but I like doing it. So, and I feel like there should be some permanent home for it rather than just at the end of a stream. I don't know. So, you don't gel with it? Yeah. It's weird because, like, I feel like the games seem very, very similar in a lot of ways. From what I've seen of the first two and what I played of the first game, I think specifically. I played a little bit of the first game on Steam, actually, but I didn't have a controller at the time, so I was using a keyboard, and I didn't like doing that. So, it was like before I had like an actual controller for PC, and I was using like the DS tool. I was having trouble getting my PS3 controller to talk with the DS tool one night, so I was like, I'm just gonna try this with the keyboard, and I messed around with it for a little bit. But yeah, and we heard Kawase is a really great game. The third one, I think. So, but I definitely get that, Rowan, with like there being just slight changes that could make something better or worse. Rowan, you know, Otome stuff, right? Do you know what this is? I can't remember the name of it. This is the fourth game in some series, like an Otome RPG thing. I don't know anything about it other than that it looks like an actual video game, so I was like, I'll check this out. Hey, it's the guy from Tales of Xillia. My favorite. I need to stop buying Otome games, or at least until I actually play one. The more time I get away from Steam Prison, you know of it vaguely? Okay, it is a Koei series, so I figure it's probably fairly popular to some degree, given it's the fourth one. And I think there's a PSP version of this too. So it was also on PS2. Okay, that makes sense. It's the 30th anniversary apparently. I don't know if that's of Koei or of the series. So I want to check it out. What is moving? Oh, the coffee thing's moving. I shouldn't have moved that. I was trying to see the fix the background because I messed it up on accident. I accidentally exposed the frills. If you haven't seen this background in full, it's got like some nice frilly stuff going on here. Sorry, I know we got weird green screen stuff going on right now too. It's because I moved the light earlier, so it doesn't like that I moved the light. So anyways, the dog fixes it. Yeah. Cover him up. And that's also why this like box is all, you know, staticky too, because it's like the green. Cut it out. Anyways, I have to work tomorrow, so I'm gonna go. I still gotta make this post ready for tomorrow, so I'm gonna leave. But thank you for listening to me ramble on for basically an hour, it feels like. Hope you guys have a good night. Thank you again for your patience on waiting for the stuff. I know it's been a long time since we had any kind of content come out other than the Animal Crossing thing that happened. So, appreciate it. Once we get that PCFX stuff out, I want to kind of focus on maybe a little bit of Nintendo stuff for a little bit. And then we'll kind of go from there. I do still need to do like a Blue Stinger video at the end of this year too. I really hope I can make that work. We're getting close to the end of the year, so I don't know if the Blue Stinger thing is going to happen at the end of the year like I wanted it to. But I do want to talk about Blue Stinger. Blue Stinger. That's what I'm trying to say. Anyways, that's it. Hope you guys have a good night. Bye. If I can, how to pen. Also, we're doing the sports stream next week. I forgot to mention that. If you want to check out sports video games, we'll be playing sports. I'll remind you on the podcast. Bye. When does the pen end? Also, it's very loud. You probably can't hear me.